everybody. Welcome to this week's
Steelers Nation. Turbo Towers.
Oh, yeah. And this week I am joined by
Negative Nick.
Oh, that's a little piss.
Modern Fantasy Losing Slash.
Joined by Jordan Love.
Oh, no.
Could have sworn you were about to get political on us and say Joe Biden.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, hey,
Johnny Docs.
the classic.
Najee Harris.
Whoa.
No, actually Boswell.
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
And over here on our left.
The Budster.
Yeah.
I want to change it. I don't want to be Jordan Love anymore. I am now Icarus.
Hey,
Superman.
save the takes for later, but Andrew behind the camera. And this week.
Wait. Real quick. Everybody, happy fucking birthday.
Happy
The sweet sweater. In the BuzzBoys merch.
Yep.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Drew. Pod Daddy Drew Funk. Happy birthday to you.
Special episode.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. But all right, so this week we're gonna be opening
Oh,
some.
we got a couple of special
vintage
packs. A little different.
Vintage
we
pack
have a what was this again? Roaring Skies.
Roaring Skies from
And then
X.
this is a fairly new
A
one.
fairly new one, a regular one.
Well, like this one's
exciting
what?
one right
2018?
Yeah. But this one's 2015.
there. Ooh. So what's the card trick to that one over here on our right?
I'm pretty sure it's 3, right?
Yeah, 3.
3 to the back.
think
All
actually
right.
mine's
Well,
3.
let's get into it. Let's see what we're gonna
Go.
pull.
Oh, and wait. I don't know if it's a white card off the bat.
The score
I
is
almost
11
jumped for
9.
joy.
Ooh, I have a white card.
11
Oh,
9.
white card.
White card.
Oh my.
Hold on.
Let's see.
Oh,
my
double
God.
white card.
Oh,
And a
I think
vintage
I'm a
white
3.
card.
Are we guessing or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Push-ups are included.
Fire.
Beware.
Steel.
Fire.
Seaman.
Oh, okay. That's a new
Water.
type.
Fairy. I'm gonna go fairy. I always go dark, dude. Dark every time.
Buddy?
Fighting.
Fighting.
Okay,
Ooh, that's a
fine.
good one.
Is that hut?
Go for it.
Whoa! I think I did wrong.
Ooh.
Oh, you tapped it wrong.
No,
Good.
I don't
That's
think you
dark.
did.
Pushies.
I did 3.
Because I think X and Y has a trainer. That's like the second card.
Oh, see now.
Okay,
Well, you got gal.
yeah.
You got gal.
Yeah, but
All right,
Gal,
but
like,
dark,
All
though.
right, let's keep going. We got
Yeah.
dark, so dumb.
He's
in
in
the
the
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
You're fine.
Okay.
Trainer's supposed to be a second one.
Okay. Dude, these are some throwback cards.
I know, dude. I love the art on those ones.
Oh, my
Ooh,
goodness.
that's a good art.
That's a great art.
Ooh,
Togepi.
Mad Q. Mad Q.
Ooh, Zacian. I love that one.
That's a great
Wait for
reverse
him.
holo. Wait, I got a reverse holo.
Oh, Skarmory. That's a
Skarmory.
good.
Oh, that's
cool
a very,
art. Very cool
very good
art.
reverse
Okay.
holo.
Ready?
Whoa. We got
Whoa.
something.
Okay, let's
Ready?
go.
You actually got it, and I called it.
What?
my
I mean, I got a good
goodness.
monkey, but
Oh my god! I called it. I literally
I'm
called
literally
it.
the king of Rayquaza, the green dragon boy.
Dude,
I pulled so
I
many
made
different
a-
varieties of him.
I made a
Oh
joke.
my
I made a
God.
joke about this before the pod because we were talking about. So John
Jesus
recently on the pod
Christ.
pulled the newer version, the alt art actually
Yep.
technically of it in the celebrations packs, and now he has the original on top of that. Wow, John, how do you feel about that, John?
Dude, I'm the king of the
Look
green
at
dragon
this,
boys.
good
We
pull.
pull him all day. We pull him all day. I don't know if
there
we
might
have
be
sleep,
some
but we
in
can
there.
just place him over here for now.
Yeah, just hold him over there. I'll sleeve him right now.
It'll be okay.
But
Wait,
jeez.
Give him
It's
another
a-
One
pull.
last.
EX.
Oh my God, this is a gorgeous
Look
card.
at that card. It looks like almost
It's-
metallic on the
Yeah,
front.
this is a great.
That's
He's a
wow.
green boy.
Jesus.
Dragon Tamer, Johnny the Dragon.
Johnny the Dragon.
So,
Tamer.
what is-
Johnny Dragon Tails?
So what does that make the score? What is the score?
11 to
10.
10.
11 to 10.
10.
Wow, we're so
You got the Rillaboom.
close.
That's on theme.
Rillaboom.
Yeah, that's on theme.
Yep.
Because of monkeys?
Because of monkeys?
Because of monkeys.
Cause I'm a monkey? Question
Yeah,
mark?
I want to mess with that. I'm gonna leave that to.
All right, cool. So that's
Hold on,
pretty
let
much
me
it.
update the score.
Yeah, and once again, that was from the Roaring Skies.
Roaring
pack.
Skies treating us good off the bat. That was our very
That's really
first
cool.
Roaring Skies
Out
pack
of the
right
vintage
there.
pack there?
Out of the vintage, and
That's
then we
sick.
also got a very nice Reverse hollow.
I actually like my pulls here.
Yeah.
These were good pulls.
But you
They were
can't
still
beat that
got some-
legendary
you still
green
got some
boy.
very
Can't
good
beat a
pulls.
legendary Rayquaza.
Yeah,
The art
that
on that
Rillaboom
Squadron
V
is
is
so
pretty
cool,
nice.
too.
I know,
too.
dude. They're
like
nice
that
pulls.
one.
What was the reverse hollow for you?
Mine was the legendary
I
film.
like that.
Bastion.
They're really proud of it,
Yeah,
aren't you?
those are two.
I like this one, man.
Two really
I
good
like
pulls
it.
for both of you guys.
Alrighty, so
Is
let
that
me.
top 10 grails for you? Is that like
Oh.
I don't know a lot about this, so I don't know.
Could be.
Could be.
It could
Yeah,
be.
I think so.
Now that you've already
Could
got,
be,
you're starting to collect the Rayquazas
Because
now.
I got a couple of these
I
guys.
know.
I got
Yeah.
a couple of these guys.
It must be next.
But all right, so I'm gonna go, since we already pulled our cards, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here.
Spadunk. Spadunk. Spadunk.
All right, cool. So sticking on theme with the, since we're still talking about Pokemon, we just got fresh off of opening the packs. We're gonna go ahead and talk about some new card mechanic once again that we talked about last time.
V-Star.
Last time were the V-Stars.
The V-Star.
But now they're introducing more Pokemon to the V-Star category. Next up, well, originally we got a Arceus.
Arceus, yeah.
V-Star.
That one still looks cool.
Yeah, no,
Still
I actually
very
really
cute.
liked it.
Still very nice card.
I like the white borders.
But the newest one that we got is a Charizard V-Star.
Yes, exactly. Now we're gonna be getting a Charizard, which very nice art. It's very all up in your face.
Yeah,
All right,
no.
Johnny, tell me your hot
But
take about it.
look at that.
All right,
center,
so
that
apparently-
space center. It's nice.
I know, and it's because, like, I think it's a little different. Like, it's a different kind of, like display for the card. And, like, that's all nice and dandy, but to be honest, don't care too much for this.
What?
I don't. I
well,
don't
my
care
hot
too
take
much.
there it
for
is.
this. And it's also, like, we got enough Zards. Let's try to mix it up.
I agree with that.
'Cause it's like,
I like that too.
If you start putting too many Zards,
does it lose
then
its
the
value?
lizard is
Yeah.
going to lose value.
I like that kind of.
And we love the lizard.
Give me some Blastoise.
Give me some Blastoise, a little Venusaur.
So we have to stop printing money, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
What
don't
is
know though.
this?
I don't
Yeah,
know
the National
necessarily
Reserve?
because the famous the original Charizards and all that are gonna go up in value because there's so many. So there's gonna be like less.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
depends on-
about to say I actually like this card.
I like the way it looks.
What card is it?
Yeah, here.
I like the
take
way
a
But
look.
I will say though, honestly, too much of one Pokemon. Like I'm
And the
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
Taylor
is like
is one.
when you talk to people about like their favorite Pokemon, especially like the favorite originals, people are always like, "Oh, Charizard,"
Yeah.
and like they're just playing off of that with the cards. So like I said, it's just gonna
money?
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love the lizard. Yeah, because it's equivalent to cash money bags.
Whoa,
Yeah,
It is. But I actually like this card. That's my hot take.
you're my hot take.
I mean, you can like the card, but it's just.
Yeah,
I
and you
think
can hate the
it's-
card, so
I
Whoa,
like
What
it
do you
too.
like? Do you like it or no?
it's fine.
Yeah.
Wait, it's
yeah.
fine.
No big deal. I mean, I like the way it looks, but you know,
Yeah, but it's like I don't want it to just be like another Charizard.
I mean, the only thing I do like is that they're adding a new like the whole V-Star thing. I kind of like
Yeah,
that. It's cool
and-
that they're switching
and,
it
like,
up with that.
And like that's the biggest thing
But
like
yeah,
about
the
this
Charizard,
set.
like I like that they kicked it off with Arceus. That was really
Yeah.
sick. But yeah, they can definitely use different like better Pokemon or newer Pokemon.
Yeah, no, or
you
is
know,
it-
like
Dude,
Or it's like my
Morbius.
biggest thing is
Yeah.
that it's like there's like a lot of different Pokemon out there that
Mhm.
people love, and like give them some love. Like
Ooh,
like-
don't just
Lucario?
pick favorites.
Lucario,
Lucario
Deoxys.
would be
Like
Deoxys.
Deoxys doesn't get
Entei.
enough love at all.
Entei.
Entei,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, it's,
our big dogs.
What about, does Lugia get love?
Entei, Raikou,
I
and
don't know.
but
Suicune.
favorites always sell.
I think he used to.
you can't
yeah.
blame them. Favorites sell.
Money,
Yeah,
money,
that's
money,
true.
money, money.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
But next, let's go ahead and well, let's see. Oh yeah, the Brilliant Stars thing that
Mhm.
you were gonna mention.
Oh
so,
yeah, no. So like
go on.
this V-Star card is being introduced in a Brilliant Stars set. That's what it's going to be called. That's the very next one.
That's the December line.
No, further.
February.
February, yeah.
February
February
line.
20
Yep.
25th.
Are they taking a break?
2022, yeah. So they're going to take a little break. So
All right. So
it's
that's
I wonder if they're
Fusion
gonna-
Strike. That's the one that just came out like right now,
Yeah.
and now they're taking a break till February.
Well, I guess probably because they're focusing on the celebrations stuff, like now
Celebrations
everybody's
do,
playing
and
that
like they got a
sport.
couple games coming out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's also true.
Yeah,
there's a lot of games
so I
coming
don't
out.
blame them for.
So it's
No.
actually good that they're taking a break, though. I'm actually glad that we're not seeing a new set till February then.
Yeah, no.
You know what would be
exciting,
cool is if they did like an ice white border. That would be dope.
Ooh.
Because they already have the
uh,
black. If they made like an ice white border, like it's just white.
Kind of like this one.
Is that one is?
That one, that's more like a silver. Like I'm talking about like a polished like white.
Oh,
Like
Oh,
something
just like
real, yeah.
white
Just
outcome?
like
Okay.
marble?
white in your face, like white in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
Boss.
Oh,
Bonk.
like white in your face.
Bonk.
That's something, right?
But all right, so yeah, so that's gonna be the Brilliant Stars. You know, again coming out in February.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting to look forward to more.
Yeah.
And you know, the fact that it's a break, you know, and then you actually get
Yeah.
more of a newer set.
I'm actually glad because it'll let me kind of still put my focus back into Evolving Skies.
You've been chilling,
I
right?
have not. Nope.
No. False.
Chilling Pain.
Chilling pain.
You messed that up, but we got you.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
that's right.
Last time you pulled something pretty
yeah,
nice.
that's
Yeah, that is true.
But it takes a lot, though, man. Like
Takes a lot.
you take a lot of hits.
Wow, some
Yeah.
trainer you are.
But anyways,
Yo. Yo.
But all right, so since you know we're still technically on the topic of
It's
Pokemon,
actually a great segue.
our homework this week involved a little bit of Pokemon. So John gave us our homework this week. What did we watch this week?
Great segue, Pod Daddy. Thank you very much. We watched the Pokemon movie, Secrets of the Jungle, and a lot of monkeys.
A lot of monkeys.
Yeah.
Monkey.
Yeah.
And a special shiny at the end, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa! Spoiler!
Hey! Spoiler!
Oh.
No, all right. But we did watch Pokemon the movie, Secrets of the Jungle, and do you think I should give a little intro about it?
Yeah,
No?
spoiler free.
Possibly? All right,
Spoiler
okay.
free
So,
intro. What's it about?
like, spoiler free. It's about, it's Pokemon, but then like Tarzan. So like copy
Yeah.
paste Tarzan,
Pretty
throw
much.
and then throw some Pokemon in there.
That's literally
And
it.
it's like this is
It's
like this is
literally
the
it.
movie that you got.
Yeah.
But it's like there's a couple little different twists though.
Yeah, there's twists to it.
Yeah.
And it's like about this kid that's like kind of raised by this Pokemon in the jungle that's part of this gorilla Pokemon clan.
Hmm.
And
What kind of Pokemon is he?
he's a monkey.
Yeah, but
Wait,
what is he
last time.
called?
Oh, or well
Zarude. Right?
Yeah, he's a monkey.
Zarude, yeah, no,
Zarude.
but I think technically, I believe he's a dark leaf type.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But still
Yeah,
monkey.
but he's
Still
definitely not a
monkey.
legendary. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
He's not a
A
legendary.
brand new mythical
People thought
Pokemon.
he was a legendary.
Oh, see, because last
No,
time you
just
said
a
a brand
monkey.
new
Yeah, he's
legendary.
just
is-
monkey.
I know, and then I.
So
did
you lied
my-
to us, teacher.
I did my research.
Oh my God. Hey,
Okay.
we're,
Yeah,
we're,
no, that's how I said it.
We're,
Research.
We're merely monkeys in his gorilla world.
Oh yeah, no, but of
Kind
course
of
this
the-
follows our
What's his
boy
monkey name that I gave him?
Ash.
I don't know.
Wait, what?
Sorry, keep going.
Oh no, I'm sorry. There's a time where Dom gave us all monkey names, and they were very like good. And
I think I
made
gave you
sense.
Ori.
No, that
No,
was
I think you gave me something close to Zarude.
I gave somebody Naru. I think. That
Yeah,
was
okay, that was the one that was close to Zarude.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry.
But this follows our boy that doesn't age, Ash.
Ash.
And,
he came out of nowhere.
His voice
Yeah.
sounded interesting in this
No,
one.
and like
That's
and like
the same one. No, that's
Oh.
the same one.
That's
Yeah.
the same one. Wow.
Yeah, no,
Well, it's not the same one from like the older ones, but it's like from the new shows and movies.
it was
It's the
because
same.
from Indigo League, it was a certain voice, and then up to Diamond and Pearl, that's when they changed the voice to this one.
So you
And,
went through puberty.
So it follows
Ash
our boy
needs
as
to
well,
hear.
but he doesn't have his crew with him. It's
just
just Pikachu, and he's embarking on a different journey, just like he always does, right?
Yeah. To
That's
the
his
jungle.
And it
Yeah.
also kind of feels like he's like pretty much starting again, right? Because he's saying, okay, you have all your stuff, okay, like going.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
literally
Catch
only
Pokemon.
has Pikachu.
Yeah, no,
So-
no, because he only has Pikachu. But starting off, I just wanted to get your guys' initial thoughts of this movie, spoiler free.
Spoiler free.
Well, I would like to say that I actually like this movie. I'm probably a little biased because I love Pokemon, but it's literally a copy paste of Tarzan. I thought it was a fun, cute little movie. Thought it was a nice little spin on it. But what was it? And I thought it also kind of got a little sad and like
Yeah.
a little like
sad areas. Sad boy
was
times.
it like dark. And once we talk about the movie some more,
Well, that happened
we'll
with
see.
Tarzan too, though.
I will
Yeah, true.
continue
Mm.
off of that.
But yeah,
You know,
I liked it though.
I don't think it's biased. Pokemon makes good movies.
Yeah.
They do.
Mhm. Yeah, you
So
do.
this kinda
Even
just felt
though
like
it's
a normal
relatively
movie.
like always the same thing. So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ash
Yeah.
doesn't age. He's starting in
Yeah.
New Jersey. Journey.
Hey,
New
yay!
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Drew got New
Drew has
Jersey.
the
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah. But he's always like starting like on a new journey, going somewhere new, and like
Yeah.
it's always the same thing. But I'm down.
Yeah. It was good. I like Pokemon movies, like, in general. I think, like, every time I see one, I'm like, oh, this was a good movie. But to be honest, it was, like, on my, like, lower third of them for me. And that's not to say it was bad. It's just, like, there's been so many good ones.
Yeah,
like,
no,
like,
there's
really
like
good
been
ones.
like other ones.
That's not
Yeah.
very bad to say because there's been like
There's been
20.
really good ones.
Yeah.
or well like this is the 20th one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why. So
Yeah.
it's not like I think it's bad. It's just, like, some of the
And-
hype, especially from, like, childhood ones. I just...
Yeah, like
Okay.
You have my
Mewtwo or Pokemon 2000 or whatever.
So
Yeah.
Pokemon 2000 was
Yeah.
goated for me.
I mean, I like it too. Like, it was such an easy watch, and of course, you know, Pokemon movies are always pretty soft. They're not too heavy, like on
No.
themes.
Yeah.
They're not super serious, but there are, you know, dark moments here and there. But yeah, I agree with Nick. It's definitely on like the kind of lower third in terms of Pokemon movies, at least the ones that I've seen. And especially because like the plot was like, you know, wasn't a huge deal, if that makes sense. Like there's some where like the world is gonna end, you know, and they're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
literally with Pokemon like saving everything or whatever, you know. So and that, you know, it was just kind of not a super serious thing, but pretty easy watch and great visuals too. So really nice animation.
Oh well, so jumping into spoilers. That's
Spoiler
gonna,
alert.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler alert.
warning.
Please
Please about to
haven't
cross
seen
the
it?
threshold.
Yes.
Once again, Pokemon. What is it? Legend of the Jungle? Or
No,
whatever?
Secrets of the
Secrets
Jungle.
of the Jungle. So
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Spoilers. So.
But that's gonna lead me into my following question of like, what do you guys think about the visuals, like the backdrops and stuff, and like even all the or like the score for this one too as well.
Oh yeah,
I-
no.
so,
like I guess
Cause
you
I
could
feel like
say
that
too,
there was
because
like more music involved too.
yeah,
Which
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
is
definitely
appropriate. You're in the jungle. You gotta kind of set like a mood. It can't always be this catch 'em all like
Mhm.
thing. It's gotta be this like jungle-ish mood type
Mhm.
thing, which is cool. And I thought the visuals was pretty nice. Like I don't think I've seen all that many Pokemon movies, but I don't think I've even really seen one also in like the jungle and that kind of like aspect. So it was cool to see like the tree of whatever that was, the tree of life, pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
That's pretty
That's
much
what I
what
was
it
gonna
was.
say. Like the best visual for me was that like fountain and tree of life. Like it's
Yeah,
so
that's hot.
they drew it very well.
That's hot.
It's very nice, you know, very calm and very nicely done. And a lot of the jungle scenes, like even when they're kind of like fighting and like the Zaroots start like kicking out the other Pokemon and stuff, like
Yeah.
the jungle like looks pretty cool.
With
It's
also
really nice.
and then once they were swinging too.
Oh yeah,
Like I
Yeah,
thought
no,
that
that was
that the motion too with like once they would show certain like fighting scenes,
Mhm.
once they're swinging or once they're throwing Pikachu towards the end, once they're fighting the big like robot. Like I thought that was like a really cool scene too. But definitely the animation was different, and I felt like they tried to do a different spin of what they usually do. Like,
Yeah.
and instead of doing like the two pan shots of like the trainers, like
Oh, yeah,
like,
POV.
views of it, yeah. So for sure, no, I thought this one was different,
Mhm.
and it was definitely a different landscape that Pokemon tried to venture into. So
Yeah,
that was
no, for
cool.
sure. Nick?
Yeah, it was good. The visuals, Pokemon just always astounds me with like how good their visuals are,
Mhm.
even like years ago. So this
Yeah,
one just
even
continued
for
on
the
that
movies
train.
though too. It's like,
Yeah,
they
They have
really
like
brought
this
it.
weird like they follow like this weird area where it doesn't really necessarily like look like anime in a sense.
Yeah.
But it's better than cartoons. It's like in between
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
for
it's
sure.
like more into their landscape and environment.
Cartoons are like a little choppy and shit a little bit. This
Yeah.
kind of like flows a little
Yeah.
bit, but it's not like say like Demon Slayer esque like
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
visual.
really.
No,
really
and then
trying to focus on it.
and then kind of like following on top of that, but like this movie felt like it was like a lot more focused on like the Pokemon themselves, as in like all the Pokemon that were talking.
Yeah.
There was there was a lot of Pokemon talk.
Wild.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wanted to like get your guys' vibe on that too, because like that's like a lot different than like pretty much what they've done in the past, because they've always focused on like the main characters, and that was
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, it seems as though the Zaroods can talk to each other, and I guess, but like when they talk to the other Pokemon just sound like Pokemon.
yeah.
But like the Zaroods look like they're more of like an intelligent thing. Plus the kid can understand him. I didn't know that the kid was talking in Zarude.
Which I thought that was kind of cool though.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought they were talking English.
I actually liked how
like-
they did that, and I thought it was kind of clever though.
They were speaking English, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it switched, and they were just like Zarude.
Yeah, and I was like,
and
wait,
then when
what
like
the heck?
Ash was listening to him, it was like Zarude, and
Yeah.
and then once it was like the actual monkeys, and he's like talking
Mhm.
like
What are you, an
language.
idiot? Come on, why are we speaking English?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it was like,
I
all
thought
right,
that was
so
really
at
kinda
first,
clever how they did
that,
that,
like,
because that's
like,
something we
threw
haven't
me
seen
off.
before.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But and then also I just want to point this out. Team Rocket was in there, by the
Yeah.
way. They had a very short thing.
Yeah, it was weird.
I almost felt as though it wasn't even necessary, but
Yeah, no, I feel like they didn't even have to be there.
but that Meowth always reminds me of Martin. I don't know why. Dude.
Dude, and his fit in this one was like
I
actually
thought
pretty
his
funny.
wig was
Yeah.
funny,
Yeah.
dude. I thought his wig was
But they
funny.
sounded different though.
Yeah, it's
Jesse,
scientific.
what is it?
Yeah.
Jesse and James.
Jesse
James
and James.
sounded weird, dude. Like when
James
I heard James
also
talk, I
looked
was
weird. Like James and Jesse, like they look like grown ass like adults, and this
yeah,
and
like,
in this they were kind of like I feel like they looked younger.
Younger.
But in like
I feel
this,
like Ash looked younger too. Like he looked small.
yeah, it's his
right?
shorts,
Yeah,
dude. It's his
he's small,
shorts.
too.
It's his
Think
shorts.
so?
He's wearing jean shorts, and I was like, nah, dude. Like,
He just
whoa,
looks
dude,
tiny.
I didn't even notice that like that they gave him jean,
like he looks
Yeah,
short.
it's really
jorts,
small.
jorts, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Give
any,
George.
There's a lot of scenes where
That's
he just like he was
bananas.
like running away, and he just looked tiny.
Yeah,
Is
no,
there
he
a
did look like a
theory
little
as
kid.
to why like Ash doesn't age? Like, do you guys know that?
I was
Yeah,
actually
so
just
is
about
there
to
one?
get into that.
Oh, okay.
I was
sorry,
just about to
sorry,
get
because
into
I don't
that,
know because I don't
that
know a lot
it's
about it.
like, all right, so I don't know what's going on here, but like, this character like has kind of like his own like basically like, I guess you can call it
I don't think it's a
The-
multiverse.
the Ashverse
yeah,
of
we
it's
call it an
like.
Ashverse.
That he's
Because
always
there's an-
going on a different like kind of journey, but it's like he's just starting and he just has Pikachu.
I like
That's
how
it,
on,
and it's like that's how like they like get it going every single time.
on every Ashverse though, like the mom is always just like, all right, well, good luck out
Yeah.
in the world, you
Yeah.
9-year-old like kid in the
Have
real
fun.
world, like on your own
Or no,
by
he's 10. He's
yourself.
10. He's 10.
You know, but still,
Yeah.
like, you know, like in the beginning of this one, she calls him,
Yeah.
and she's like, "I love you so much," and he's just like, "Shut up, man!"
Shut up,
He hangs
man.
up the
Yeah.
phone.
He's like, I've been doing this for 20 years.
Like,
What are you talking about?
That is, you know what? And I don't think Pokemon has ever came out and said anything like that. It's just been like this massive mystery, which is like really weird. It
They
almost makes
just
me
don't
feel.
address.
It almost
They
makes me
just
feel as
don't
though
address.
to a certain extent, I don't think Ash is actually human. I think he was in a lab.
There's a
He's a
theory
Pokemon.
that
Whoa, buddy.
very
but-
first episodes
Buddy's
that
debut.
Ash, when he got Pikachu and they're leaving Pallet Town, for their hometown, when they get attacked by the Spearows,
Oh yeah.
and then Pikachu like thunderbolts all of them, that he actually goes into a coma after all of that, and so he's just been in a coma, and these are just dreams of him.
He's just running through
That's
dreams.
what he
That's
does.
not-
I
Yo,
think that's
for
the
Buddy's debut, that was pretty intense.
That's the one I think.
Yeah.
That's
I,
not
but
really.
I also thought it was like kind of funny though, cause Ash like calls his mom again like towards
At the
the
end-
end,
at the
end
end,
of the
yeah.
movie. And he's like, "Oh yeah, mom, I had a fun trip." It's like, "Yo, I just caught a murderer, and like also
Yeah,
we were
really.
fighting a giant transformer." Like,
Yeah, and then we
what the
saved the
hell?
jungle.
yeah, and we
Yeah.
also saved the jungle, and I
Tarzan.
saw a shiny Celebi, which I got hyped for. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool shit, but I thought we were gonna see more of it though.
Same. I didn't know it was gonna be literally like the
20 seconds,
very
yeah.
like
Yeah.
end because they mentioned
Yeah,
it and I was like,
literally,
why
like-
would you even fucking mention this? It's not even in the movie.
All right, so like
He
they
didn't
did
do
like a
anything,
teaser and
yeah.
everything too, and
Yeah.
like they did a teaser like for this film, right? And it was a big part of it too. Like that was like, whoa,
Uh-huh.
pink Celebi, this is sick, this is great, and it was just like 20 seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
that
that,
was a
part
little sad.
actually brought it down some points for
I was
me.
like,
Yeah.
So it makes me think that they're
They
gonna
kinda
make
took
a
advantage.
second one though because Celebi was like a big part of the whole jungle and it was like the
Mhm.
whole life
But like,
thing.
how messed up is that? Like
Yeah,
to put him in the
it's-
teaser
it's
and then like
misadvertising.
to
Yeah.
set it up for the next one. It's like
Propaganda.
That's
Yeah.
messed up. You know, it's
Yeah.
pretty.
That's
It's
a
like
little
taking advantage of
Yeah,
people's like love for Celebi.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty scummy if you
Mhm.
ask me.
for sure.
I don't know.
All right. So like throughout this movie, what was your guys' like favorite Pokemon like that you saw? And like it doesn't even have to play like a big role.
I would
like-
say the bird swallowing Pokemon.
Cramorant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cramorant.
Okay. That was mine too.
Cramorant was
Nick
just
already
like
has it
fun.
on screen, dude.
Mine's Matt. When I saw this Pokemon, I was like, it's Matt.
What's his name?
Scorbit. Yeah, the one who kept talking, he was
Scorbit,
running
yeah.
around. He's like, Scorbit.
Squadron.
I was like, I saw that, I was like, it's Matt.
And then like the way, and then the way he would talk though too, with its like cheeks.
Yeah.
it's because
Squadron.
for those on the pod that don't know, I have this irrational just dream that I want Matt to be morbidly obese.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
because this Pokemon, even though he wasn't morbidly obese, he was
He's fat.
cute.
Yeah,
he had
he's
big
cute.
cheeks.
He's fat.
It just brought me one step closer.
As
to that
well as
dream.
he always had berries on him, dude.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
like,
he
even
always
when they
had
got
that thing
when they got
on.
tied up,
His cheeks.
He's always had
dude,
that
when he
thing
got tied
on.
up,
He's
they were
always
like on the
cheeked
floor,
up.
and he was like,
That's like goldfish.
They were
crunch
checked
them,
up
dude.
on the third day
Damn,
after
that
that.
is-
Matt always has goldfish.
But
always got
honestly, my favorite
Matt
Pokemon
has
though.
to be mad with goldfish falling out of his pocket.
Dude, yeah. My favorite Pokemon though, I don't know, it's kind of hard. Like Pikachu, obviously, and the Zarudes are like the best ones, I guess. But man, I don't know. I kind of weirdly like Nuzleaf. Like
Nuzleaf was good.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
dude.
Nuzleaf, yeah.
Dude, he
And
tossed
then-
a berry at the Dada.
And you know what?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what it was, but like something about him is just cool. Like he turns into Shiftry though, and he's kind of creepy. Like he like belongs in like the Conjuring, like when he turns into that thing. But I like Nuzleaf and Seedot as well as Spinarak. I think Spinarak was my favorite.
Ooh, yeah. No,
I thought those were like just they were all so cool. Like they all had their own culture. And they
Yeah.
even had elders and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I thought it was cool to see them.
And it's like the cool thing about this Pokemon that it's like there's not just one. There's like an
Many.
entire clan of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
which
That
is-
was cool for
which
me.
is weird.
Mhm.
So and it's just a mythical. He's not a legendary.
Definitely not
which is
legendary.
weird,
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, just a mythical for sure.
I would say
Um,
I saw a whole bunch of them. And I was like, "There's no way this is a legendary
It's not
Pokemon." Like
legendary.
Yeah, no, and then the fact that they were just like talking off the bat, that like really threw me off. I
their
was like,
vines
yo,
coming
what
out
the
was
hell's
cool.
going- Yeah, no, that was pretty sick.
Spider-Man.
And
It's
then
very
he's like,
Spider-Man.
"Da, da." Also, I thought Coco was a girl when it was a
I
baby.
did too.
When it was a baby, I was like,
Yeah.
"What is
Like,
happening?"
That's a
Like,
girl-looking baby.
Because then I
It's a
saw
baby girl.
he wasn't wearing a shirt when he got older, and I was like, "What the fuck,
Uh,
Pokemon?"
I
Like,
was like, yo, that's a girl. That's a little girl.
yeah,
What we
but
doing?
it turns out it was a guy. Didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know
Named
that.
Coco.
Any more questions?
All right. Last question. Favorite part, and then give me a rate.
Okay. Oh, here. I will go, cause my favorite part was every part when it was a flashback between Coco and Dada. I don't know why.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
no, that was a good one.
I actually like that little dynamic that they
This
had
was
there.
Boy Dad.
That's
Yeah.
wholesome.
This was very Boy Dad movie.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Boy Dad stuff too.
And it was a
Girl
monkey.
Dad stuff's cool, but
Yeah, but cause it was like a cool little Pokemon movie, I'm gonna go 7.3. It was a good movie.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
10.3.
I guess I'll go off that. My favorite one was when the parents died.
Whoa.
Damn.
Fuck them. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
No, no, no.
Spicy take.
You know, I think my
Very
favorite
hot
part
take.
is obviously when all the Pokemon start coming together and they fight the robot at the end. They fight Megatron. That was cool. And they were like,
Prime.
dude, they were like doing some cool shit. You know, you see like the Execute and he throws these like seeds, and I'm like, that's stupid. But then they blow up, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
never mind.
Whoa.
All grenades.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, so that was cool because then it like holds the connection of like the Zarus come together with the other Pokemon, with the humans as well. Plus, like, dude, Pikachu's Iron Tail, like, go.
Well, like that's what I was gonna say.
That
That
thing's OP.
that I think that was my favorite part. To where like, I think they were just passing Pikachu around from like different like giant monkey to giant monkey, and like they were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh wait, here I'm about to get
Yeah.
smoked. Pass, and like it was a really cool kind of sequence.
Mhm.
And like then he finally got to him, gave him the old slice, and
That was
pretty
cool.
badass.
Oh,
yeah.
as well as I like the part when Dada gets hurt. And the other bigger Zarude is like, yo, like, get out of here. Like, I got this. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, he's
Yeah,
coming
no,
through.
yeah.
He's coming through.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy's
That
cool.
was-
This guy's cool.
That was the Alpha Zarude.
Me.
I think.
Wait, rate though?
Oh yeah, you have to get the rate.
Oh, let's see. What'd you get? A 7.3?
Yeah.
I'll give it a, you know what? I'm gonna go 7.7.
Okay.
I'm gonna 7.7.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Good.
alright.
Good.
I thought it was good. Their movies are good, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
I
good.
thought, dude, there were a lot of good parts in this one. You know, there really weren't like too many bad parts. I really liked seeing Meowth in in his little costume.
Yeah.
And a
That
tie and
was-
everything.
mean Martin?
Yeah,
But-
tie.
Yeah.
with his leg over.
Yeah.
That's just Martin at
But,
work, dude. He had and he had the jacket on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think my favorite part, which kind of like set the whole movie for me, was early on in the beginning, like after Dada like
Mhm.
basically saves the kid, and he goes up to the elder and he's like, well, what do I do with it? You know, like what can
That
I
was-
do?
yeah, that was a
And
good
they're just
scene.
like, dude, you can't be in the colony if you're gonna take care of it. Like, you either let it go or like, or you leave. and he makes that choice of like, you know what, I'm gonna be excommunicated, like I'm gonna leave everybody, my whole family, like everybody.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, like they set the mood for me that I was like, all right, this might be a little bit more on the emotional, serious side.
Plus, I thought it was kind of sad when he was always trying to like put him in spots where like someone can pick him up, and and he was always finding his way back to just getting him back.
No, and like, because like I think you would put him down, and like then he would kind of watch. He's like, all right, someone's gonna pick him up, and like, and that car's about to come in, and he's like, oh shit. Right.
Let's just watch these fireworks.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, and my final rate.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna give it bonk 6'9".
Oh, that's hot.
Bonk Pod Daddy.
Bonk him.
Yeah, so for mine, I mean, in Pokemon I always appreciate the battles, right? Like that's always like a very cool part. But I kind of agree with Drew, like I'm also big on like the depth. I'm a depth guy. So that emotional aspect, it also, but like at the same time, it's my favorite part, but it's also almost ripped straight out of Tarzan, but it's still my favorite part where he chooses, you know, that. So, good movie. If it wasn't so copy and pasted from Tarzan, I would give it'd be in the 7s. I was nervous to put it in the 6s, but since Drew went with the bong score, I'm actually gonna go 6-8. Which is not a bad score.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad score.
It's not a bad score. I'll watch it again one day at some point, but good movie. Cute.
As well as, you know what else is a really good scene? When he pretends to be mad at him at the end. And when he leaves, he's like, I had to do that. Like, it's going to be good. And I was like, and then he finds the berry at the end.
Yeah,
and
I was like,
ah!
the berry was mad cute.
Yeah, alright. But, like, that was just a good dad movie.
Yeah.
It was a good dad movie,
Like, that was just a good monkey being a good dad.
Yeah.
Monkeys are good dads, right?
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Exhibit A, this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and this movie is, like, scientifically accurate.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's all.
For sure, yeah, no. Like, this one's going in the books.
Yeah.
But for me, though, favorite part was probably that fight scene as well.
That was a good scene.
Just like Dom said.
And
then the rate, though, I really like this movie. I'm going to go 7.6.
Oh,
7.6. Yeah, it was a good movie. A couple weird parts, though. But they did talk about somebody's dad.
Yeah.
Ash's dad for the first time
ever
in Pokemon. They like talked about it.
Because I haven't seen all the movies, so I didn't know.
Yeah, and then like the thing
his
they
dad's
said.
a beatnik dad, bro.
Well, apparently he gave him great advice
Pokemon
about like going on a journey.
Yeah,
no.
Pokemon cigarettes.
I know, yeah. Yeah, no, and
coughing cigarettes.
So I was talking to Matt, like kind of diving into the crazy like things that like this could be, and both of us decided that I think his dad could be Trainer Red.
Trainer Dad, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn!
Yeah.
That's a crazy
Really? I thought you
theory.
were at least gonna say like maybe Mewtwo or some shit. Like,
So
his dad is like, yo, fuck my kid, bro.
I'm gonna be the best trainer ever
of all time. And then this kid's just gonna be
the actual greatest there ever was.
I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. Pokemon kills Ash's dad.
Whoa.
First Pokemon murder ever.
What if Mr. Mime is Ash's dad?
What if Pikachu is Ash's
because
dad?
he's always hanging around the mom.
Whoa. What if Pikachu is Ash's dad?
Mr. Mime was the original Milk Hunter?
all right. But anyways, we gotta get back on track because we do have something big to talk about up next. But very good. I like this homework this week. Very good homework. Let's close off our homework with a monkey finish. All right. So next, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the stuff we've been watching, the stuff we've been keeping up with, new stuff. And this week is a big one. This week we watched Eternals. Eternals came out this weekend, featuring a star-studded cast. Once again, Angelina Jolie,
Salma
Hayek.
Yeah.
Among others.
Yeah.
But it was Marvel's. This is Marvel's latest after Shang-Chi. And of course Venom 2, but that's not necessarily. This is more Sony related. This time around, it follows the Eternals. For those of you who haven't seen it or aren't familiar with the Eternals, they're basically these beings created by these bigger beings known as Celestials. Celestials are basically like the Marvel's version of like kind of gods, more or less, of the space and galaxy.
Yeah.
They happen to create these beings called Eternals. These Eternals happen to be kind of guardians, more or less, of these planets that they are sent to. Other than that, they kind of live out their lives, and they also have kind of eternal life, more or less. They don't necessarily age. They don't die very easily, but they are these like very strong and capable beings and smart as well.
Very different too.
Yeah, they're very different than the beings we've currently seen in the MCU. These ones are very like from the gate, strong, gifted, and they already have a
Specialized.
team as well, and they have a team. There's
And
multiple.
the Eternals stay on that planet for essentially until its birth and death. Like
Right.
almost.
Well, hold on. Hey, that's a spoiler, a bit of a spoiler, but
Yes.
we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But right now we're gonna go. No spoilers, no spoilers. Talking about the movie, but first off, how did everybody feel about this movie?
I'll start, but going in, I really didn't know what to expect. That I was like, all right, so it seems like they're gonna go for the kind of like very serious tone, probably on like the darker vibe, and like I was kind of getting that for a good amount of the movie, but like coming out of it though, I enjoyed it. There was like a lot of different things going on. There was a lot of up and downs that I really liked. There's actually some funny parts that I didn't think we were gonna get out of this one, but we did. But
Not a lot.
overall though,
Yeah.
it was a pretty good movie though.
Yeah. For me, I knew it was gonna be really different. Without giving spoilers, we'd seen some of the content related to this movie, and if you kept up with the comics, you were curious to see how Marvel would adapt this into the MCU, and they did an excellent job. But I was nervous because a lot of the critics, they said some bad things about this movie.
Some very bad things.
Some very bad things.
I was like reading a lot of the reviews after the movie, and I was like, what?
Yeah, and I'm as an avid fan, a true fan, not some stuffed shirt. They are completely wrong. This movie lived up to all of its hype. Each character was so well done and had like this amount of depth that you needed for each character, like to thrive in this. Excellent movie, great plot, excellent movie, amazing visuals, perfect action, good balance between everything. Great movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie. I was a little nervous going into this because of all the bad like reviews it had gotten, and Rotten Tomatoes, they're a bunch of cucks. Like they don't know how to do shit.
Shots.
But I was nervous though because they usually judge Marvel movies pretty well, and this one was the lowest rated one ever. I think.
Ever.
No way.
More than Dark World.
I think they finished it off at about 50%.
No, it's less than that now.
I think it's 46. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was rounding. Sorry, but yeah, and I thought, dude, like that's not good for a Rotten Tomatoes score for Marvel, but it ended up, in my opinion, after watching it, I thought it was really, really good. They cover so much time, so much ground, and they did such a good job. It is a decently long movie. It's about 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I think the way they did it, it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, no. So with this movie, I really liked it. First of all, like I thought it was beautifully shot. I felt like we got some of the most gorgeous cinematography that we've seen in Marvel.
Visually, it was so good.
Visually, yeah, and I thought it was just such a tall order that they were trying to conquer when you could get really into the story, because I didn't know anything going in. But once you get into the story and they start talking about it, you're like, damn, this is a lot that they're trying to cover here. This is a grand scheme here. But I do have to say that when I was watching it, the first 30 minutes, I felt like the pacing felt weird. And it took me a little while to get in. And then once I was in, once they started doing flashbacks, covering everyone's character really well, then I was in. But for the first 30 minutes, I was like, God, that was kind of like, the pacing was weird. I didn't think it was a bad start, but I just thought it was like, I don't know, I hope it gets better, which it did.
I want to piggyback off of that, because I think I totally agree with that. It really had a kind of a slow and weird, start for a while.
Because I felt like it was like,
it was
Demons,
yeah.
This,
and it was like, oh, we're already pretty familiar with this kind of realm of heroes fighting monsters, right? We're kind of familiar with this, and then it kind of stayed the same for a little bit. They just kind of did that, slowly started growing it. And I think when it kicked off, again, this isn't, to avoid a spoiler, but it's when a big major event happens. They discover somebody, somebody that meant a lot to a lot of the characters in the movie. And when they discovered this person, that's when the movie really kicks off, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's weird. It takes a different route. Of course, it is considered an origin movie technically, but up until that point, it felt like an average origin movie, like up until that point. And once it hit that point, that's when it started to get interesting and different for me personally. But still a very easy watch, very good movie. And it got very, very interesting and twisty after that point in particular. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and jump. Let's do one more without spoilers because it is a brand new movie. But real quick, so we did see a lot of environments. We did see a lot of different areas and stuff like that. How did you guys feel about like the world building in this one in particular? Do you feel like it was a lot more Marvel stuff, or were they really like in their own like kind of cluster in this one?
For the most part, I thought it was all based in like places that I feel like we haven't seen before, and like even past, present.
Okay.
And I thought that was actually like pretty cool to see too. And but like throughout this movie, it was like they were I don't know if this is a spoiler, but like their kind of role that they were given, you kind of felt bad for them and kind of felt like, damn, like I can't believe that it's like they gotta like sit through this whole thing just because they have a greater purpose.
Yeah,
Right.
and there's a greater purpose, which is their mission, which we find out later in the movie.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. No. And I thought that was like a really cool part about this movie. Yeah, for sure.
And last question, real quick, for people that haven't seen the movie, being Marvel fans, do you guys feel like this is mandatory? Once again, it's something we always kind of ask. Do you feel like this is necessary as a Marvel fan to watch?
I think now it is.
Moving forward,
I think moving forward,
yeah.
If this would have came out 5 years ago, now. Like,
if this came out 5 years ago, people would be annoyed and upset.
Yeah.
But going to where we're going and
Do you feel like this is a pivotal in the MCU movie?
This came out at the right time.
Yes, this came out at the right time, and this is going to branch off because as we're seeing, there's more and more superheroes. Like, yeah, we've lost a couple, but like there's more and more. And in different realms and areas, and this is going to tie into like the next few big bads, because like Thanos was one big bad, and now we're getting to the point where we're gonna have maybe 2, 3, or 4 without spoilers.
And like that was like probably like the biggest thing about this one, that it was like the way they did the power scaling, and then like just of like everything that was going on. It's crazy, and I can't believe they pulled it off because it was just so grand
and then different though.
And
it's just
different
so different.
too. It was such a different pitch for these guys that I can't believe they pulled it off.
It could have fallen on its face, and it did not.
Yeah.
But all right, so now we're gonna go ahead and dive into spoiler territory. So if you haven't seen Eternals yet, skip ahead because we're gonna dive straight into Eternals. We're gonna talk about every bit of it, even the post-credit scenes as well.
How many are there?
But I don't want to spoilers. But all right, this is your final spoiler warning for Eternals. So we're gonna talk about it now. All right. So starting off, we got something new in the MCU. Right off the beginning, we get introduced to these creatures, these dark kind of creatures that are known as Deviants. Yeah, exactly. So these Deviants, they're basically like these ultra strong, kind of like dark magic, sort of dark celestial, dark space almost, sort of these creatures that just so happen to wreak havoc on Earth for some apparent reason, and the only people that can take care of them
on any planet, really.
Well, right, but the only people that can just so happen to take care of them are the Eternals for some reason. So, what do you guys think of the Deviants? How do you guys feel about them being introduced to the MCU?
Design was cool with them.
Yeah, that they were like kind of tentacly and
they were kind of
like, they look scary, which is cool.
Yeah, they're kind of like alien looking.
So then, how did you guys feel? So as the movie progresses, we get to see a lot of the more Deviants fight. They basically go dormant for 7,000 years, I believe, something like that, or 700 years. I don't remember, something like that.
I think it was 2,000 years.
Oh, 2,000 years.
Yeah.
And so they go dormant for a while. The Eternals take care of them, but they haven't been ordered to do anything else by the Celestial because they always follow the Celestial's rules. Whatever he says goes, basically. But he doesn't give them any information, so they just sit on Earth for a while doing nothing because there's nothing. There's no more Deviants, and just living. Yeah, exactly.
Some are doing certain things, and some are fun things,
and some are bad things.
Some are bad things.
But anyways, later, as years pass, suddenly the deviants come back. And not only do they come back, but this time around they're a little bit different because one in particular seems to be absorbing
Crow.
other Eternals' powers. How did you feel about that one deviant that we see in the movie that
I thought that
basically
that one
gains
was
sentience?
OP,
You mean
though.
Deoxys?
You know, and there was a great thing that Brie and I noticed when we watched it because we saw it today. But like there was a point when after he ate Gilgamesh, he gained sentience, and but like it's almost as if he feels like Ultron. You know, like he comes out of the gate like, you know, he's this fresh, like newly sentient being, and he realizes that, you know, like all of you need to die, like all of you, I'm gonna kill all of you, and he just like leaves. But it's so like,
because he's like,
you know, it's so
he's
Ultron
technically like,
yeah,
because he's technically like tied to the planet.
Yeah,
and
that's also true. Yeah,
no, and he's and like these like deviants, like they weren't going for like these other people. Like this one, like absorbed Ajax, right?
Ajax.
Yeah, and then like that's when they started to think.
Yeah.
And then that's when like they were like, okay, wait, like we don't really need to kill the people, like because they're a part of this planet, and it's like these Eternals though. They're actually posing a different thing for the planet.
Yeah.
And like that was kind of cool to like
There's an agenda
like
that they don't
find out like
No.
along the way.
And it makes me think what they would have done if they killed like what was their
The
like
Eternals.
purpose after, you know, were they gonna try and stop everything?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Because
done
they're
anyways,
essentially like Eternals. They were just like
defective.
Defective
Well,
at one
it's,
point.
it's,
And the
it's like you
dark
said,
version.
the biblical like parallels, like they're the fallen angels, kind of. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's
Ooh, true.
you know, it was very cool, but yeah.
But all right, so and we got once again we mentioned it earlier, but we got introduced to all the Eternals. So we get what's her name, Thena, Gilgamesh. We get what's his name, Icarus.
Icarus.
We get who else do we get?
Cersei, Makari.
Which was the fastest
So-
one?
Makari.
Makari.
Druid.
So let me ask you guys,
Turtwig?
who was your favorite Eternal?
Dude, Druid, bro.
Druid was
man,
it
it just
really?
seemed as though
Yeah.
he was so much more ahead of the others.
Really? Oh,
Like
that's
it
interesting.
seemed as though he knew something was.
Plus, I felt like
But he was like using his stuff
plus-
to like in
Plus,
wrong
I felt like
ways. His
he like
ability.
trusted
Yeah.
his like power more though. He's like, yeah, dude, I know I'm strong. Like,
Exactly.
I can
Yeah.
mind control the whole planet if I wanted to.
And I just like I feel as though so much was like that he just knew something that like, and he knew that he could control humans like he wanted to, but and he said that he at one point in time he thought about it, but he knew that it would not make them human.
Yeah.
So that was the whole purpose of it. And I just feel as though his character, despite him not having super speed or literally Superman like Icarus, like I feel as though he was able to use his like powers in ways that like made him Druid. I think that was cool.
I'm gonna go with a hot take here and say that Icarus was my favorite one.
Ooh,
Even
nice.
though he was a Loki scumbag, but he was just
Even though
in his own head, he thought he was doing what he had to do.
I mean, he
right?
was the power. That was the thing. I mean, even Kingo says like it's Icarus. We can't do anything. So that's what makes Icarus.
Even though
cool.
the sun was here and he was here and he was just like,
Dude, yeah.
Just-
First, I thought he was gonna pull a Ultraman thing, and he's just gonna just fly
Yeah.
to like a other planet
Yeah,
there.
just like keep
no.
going,
Right.
keep
It's
going.
like-
Yeah.
Buster, who was your
he just
favorite?
burned himself.
I'll go Kingo.
dude, Kingo was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Kingo was
I'll
fun.
go with
Yeah.
King, man. I just love
Dude,
the guy.
he was a
The
part of it.
energy
I was
that
so
he
sad when he left at the
brought.
end,
I was
dude. I was
really
like,
Dude, I
pissed
thought-
off that he didn't
I
stay to fight.
I thought he was an
so
asshole for
mad.
that.
Exactly.
And he didn't even come back. And then at the end, he comes back like nothing. He's like,
it's
hey,
like
what up, guys? I'll take care of the
everything's
kid. Don't
good.
worry about it.
Yeah,
It's like, what?
Plus, I
He
loved his
fucking
power
failed.
too with
Exactly.
with like
The
the,
gun,
shooting,
but then he
had
would
to
also
charge
hold
it,
it though,
yeah.
like
when
to
they're
make it
fighting in the
strong.
Amazon, like when the deviants come after them, and the Amazon with what's his name, Drago's like village.
Druid.
Druid's village, yeah.
And like the way he's fighting is so sick, and then all of a sudden he just dips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
dude, and then and his partner, like the one that records.
that guy was
Oh, that guy's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
so
dude,
funny.
he's
He had
so
like
funny.
so many cameras.
But then he makes you, but then he
Oh,
makes you
God.
sad at the end because then he's like,
Oh,
"Thank
dude,
you."
when
He's
he
like,
cries.
bro, when they have the funeral for Gilgamesh and he's saying the prayers, I was like, dude, he doesn't have to do this for them.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah,
is
like
anyway.
he doesn't. He hardly know. Like he shared one meal with this
That
dude,
guy's
bro.
Frodo.
Yeah, he's so
Frodo.
Frodo.
But going off of that, I liked Gilgamesh, dude. I thought
Gilgamesh
Gilgamesh
was
was so
Yeah.
because I mean,
For
first
sure,
of
my
all,
second,
like
for sure.
for him to have taken on like such a
Wong 2.0.
such a gauntlet or like a burden of like
Yeah.
taking care of Athena, that like
yeah.
somebody that would like occasionally just
Yeah.
snap and like straight up attack
He
him.
seemed
You
the
know?
most level
But then-
But he's like
But
the
then
only
more
one
than
that could
anything-
take her though when she was going
That's what I was
nuts.
gonna say. The more than anything, I love the parallel to Hulk and Black Widow.
Yeah.
Because he was basically the Black Widow, in
Widow,
this
yeah.
to like bring her back to the real world and bring her back, and like not only that, but like because of him like keeping her around, she was such a pivotal role in the final, the final battles and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So like without him, like she would have never
Exactly.
been around. So like dude, and plus his gauntlets, like his
Yeah.
his
So
power
and,
gauntlets,
and I
so
like
cool.
how you charge it up though too. And
Yeah.
just boom, just
That's so
haymakers.
cool.
dude.
I
You
really
hit
liked
heavy.
Gilgamesh.
You would
Yeah,
hit
that's
heavy.
I don't know. Favorite's tough, dude. There was literally 10.
I literally ranked them.
Like,
9, right?
like
I literally
Nine?
ranked them after
or
the
well,
movie.
10 and well, that's including Ajax.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's
yeah.
technically one of them.
So there's 10?
There was 10.
Yeah. Damn, dude, that's freaking tough. But I think I'm gonna go with the fast one.
Makari.
Oh, Makari?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
no.
Dude, she was
Because
so
she was
cool.
so sick.
And
Because the
Loki-
scenes that they gave us, like
Macarius.
they were so sick. Like
just
they were
did
the
such a
flash
good-
scenes that like
Yeah.
all of us deserved,
Yeah.
and that's why I really
they did
liked it.
such a good job. This is gonna sound so dumb, but it's so apparently it's such a hard task because we see DC try to attempt it. But
Yeah.
they did such a good job of making her look fast. Though.
Yeah.
No,
Like
and-
Because
and
they didn't
also-
give us like these like super
Slow mo.
super kind of slow mo like type of scenes to like
It was like
like
real time
appear
and she
that
was
she's
just,
fast.
walking.
They were like fast scenes.
kind of wide shots,
Wide
showing her
shots.
cover all this area.
Yeah,
They did
exactly.
such a good job of her. That was my second favorite.
Not
And then to top it
Yeah.
off,
And then
the
Gilgamesh
fact that
was
she was
like
inclusive of like that
Oh.
she was mute, and she
Yeah.
was
Deaf.
or deaf, right? Yeah, and she was doing sign language. Like, dude, that was awesome. Like, that's
Yeah, that
so
was
I have
cool.
a- I
so
don't know
subtle,
if-
but
No,
I
yeah.
so
wanted to
cool.
ask a
I
friend
loved
of
it.
mine who's
I actually thought
proficient.
that was cool.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who's
That's
fluent
cool.
in ASL, like American Sign Language, and I wanted to ask if they used that or if they made like
Their own.
considering like they
Gotcha.
pre-included like
That's
so
true.
many like
Yeah.
centuries of.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and you know
yeah.
what? Like, I'm glad she lived because the thing is
I am
that
too.
they killed off Quicksilver in Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a speedster.
So we didn't
Yeah.
really have a speedster until Makari, but I didn't know if they were gonna be like, "Are we gonna murk some of these dudes? Are we gonna do this? We're gonna do that."
Yeah, no. And
So,
like,
dude, her powers were so sick. She
Plus
does
she
the
threw
tornado.
hands
Well, she was
too. dude.
taking
Threw
Icarus
hands.
on
Yeah.
there too.
Dude,
Good.
yeah.
That
Like
was
by
a
herself.
sick
Dude, when she
part.
had him against the wall and she's
Just
just like
dragging him
Yeah.
against the whole mountain.
no,
dude.
like no,
Yeah,
when he's
sick.
just like there and she's just going back and forth like.
Oh.
And it's cracking the mountain.
Dude,
and the
yeah.
lava's
Yeah,
coming
and
out.
then there's a certain part too
Oh.
where she like literally uses like her like sorry DC, but her actual speed force like, and she like hits him with just the momentum. Like
Yeah.
she stops
Yeah,
him.
that was
Yeah.
sick.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was like,
Great
yo,
character.
like,
And
like
very well
DC
done
went
for
into this
speed.
movie and they're
She
like,
does a
great
smoke
job.
screen too. I
Like,
think
probably
Icarus
the
does
best-
that.
yeah, yeah.
they're
And she
spinning.
runs and does
She
like a little
spins.
dust wall.
Yeah,
and it's
dude.
like,
Dude,
Literally,
she was
probably
good.
the best
Spotted
speedster
her.
like that I think we've been giving
She was-
DC or Marvel.
She was
so
second.
far. It
She was
great,
second on
yeah.
my list when I was
Yeah,
going
she's
because
great.
before going into the movie, I thought she'd be my first, but then I weirdly like
Yeah,
Druig a
she's
lot.
like second
so
on mine too.
and also
Druig was
I'm
like
all
second for me too.
I'm all for like both of them being together.
Oh, I am too.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
they were
I am
down
on that.
bad
Especially
for
because
each
they're
other.
both like a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, like those two, they're not.
Druig's got a huge nose.
Yeah, and was
They're-
just
they're not
an absolute
eccentric.
lad too.
But
Yeah.
they're not like eccentric and like funny necessarily like everyone else. Like those two are like the outcasts, and they were like the outcasts
I
together.
love that. I
But-
ship them super hard.
Same, but
Absolutely.
no disrespect to Cersei for mine. Like no disrespect. Like she's the savior. She's the goat.
Oh.
She's the most powerful. But like that's seldomly my favorite character. So for me, it was Gilgamesh for the exact same reasons of Drew. Like, and he reminded me of Wong.
Dude, that was so
Yeah, he
funny
did too.
once
Yeah.
what's her face,
He had a great
which is my
dynamic.
least favorite one, turned him into like a big
Sprite.
baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
Sprite.
Sprite.
Yeah, least favorite on mine.
Oh yeah,
Sweet
least
as
favorite,
well,
least
yeah.
favorite.
What about Fat? Wasn't it
Fastos,
Fastos, he's
Fastos
floored
was
for
cool.
me.
Fastos was cool.
I want to give a shout out to him because what he was doing in the end to Icarus too.
Yes.
He was just chaining him down.
Dude,
He
that
was
guy's cool.
like,
Yeah, that
he's
was
like,
guy's
like
dope.
shooting balls of like energy.
I don't even
or
know what they
whatever
are.
like they were.
Also, dude, hella shout out to his husband for just being like, dude, go save the world. Like,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
cool.
And you
Don't
know
even
what?
worry about
This
like,
movie-
he's like,
Yeah.
don't you want to see your son like grow up? It's
I
like, dude, go save the
know.
world. What the hell are you doing?
I was
You know,
actually
like,
glad that he was
awesome.
like the
That was
voice
awesome.
of reason. He was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
for
like
sure.
that's such a good reason. Like, don't you want to save the world so you can see
It was
your
very
son
Iron
living in?
Man-esque because Iron Man, when after the snap happens, he's like, my future's in front of me with his daughter. But then
And
it
with his
was,
son.
but then it was like, no, like I have to do this. It was very Iron Man-esque, which is great. And this movie got dragged for that couple for some reason.
What?
And it was not forced. It was not thrown at us.
And
it was
felt
perfect.
so natural.
It was natural.
And I love, dude, the dynamic,
it was
especially with
pandering
their
at all.
son.
No.
Like,
Yes.
it was so easy to grow attachment to, like, that family.
The family,
their
like,
son,
you wanted
everything, that
more.
whole dynamic. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so nice. Like,
Yeah.
it was,
You
it was
wanted
freaking
more,
awesome.
and for a character that like by all means was probably pretty low on the power scale to have that like
Oh yeah,
arc.
to actually
And
just like
to
trap
have-
Icarus
yeah.
down. He's just like boom.
and but also to
And
have
I
the
love
most
the way he
emotional
fought, though.
scene.
Oh, yeah.
The most emotional scene in the whole thing
Which one there?
was not even the family thing, was when he sees like the destruction of Hiroshima.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
dude,
yeah.
That,
Yeah.
And I literally, once I saw
That
the
was-
bombs,
yeah.
I was
When he
like,
gave up.
Fastos, bro,
Yeah.
like
He's
his
like, we can't
inventions.
save
Like,
him, like,
Yeah, I know,
we're
and
not gonna save
like
him
that
anymore.
part was crazy because that was when he like gave up on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Yeah.
like, no, it's like we can't save them.
And
It's
for
like,
his
yeah.
husband
And
and his
it's-
child
and
to
it's-
bring them back.
exactly, yeah, no,
And his,
That's
and
crazy.
Ajax,
Dang, I
like,
think like he's in like my top 3 now.
yeah.
dude, yeah.
He
Well,
might.
I know Druid was my 1 and Makari was my 2. I think my 3 was Fastos, but
Yeah, Fastos
dude,
might
it
be
was
my top
it was
3.
so fucking like emotional. Like they hit on so many. They did such a good job of making sure that this wasn't your Ragnarok. This wasn't your like casual like funny Marvel movie with great action. This was an action movie that pulled on a lot of heartstrings.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
definitely see that at the end with Icarus and Cersei when he's like crying, and I'm like, dude, like this is emotional as hell. This has got to be one of the most emotional movies they've came out with, and it's top tier for me.
And yeah,
And so, also a big thing that people have been talking about. This is Marvel's first movie with a sex scene.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that, dude.
I was about to- yeah,
between
sex.
Cersei and Icarus. So how do you
Yo,
guys feel?
wait,
Very.
are we
It
in the
was
right
a very.
movie here?
I feel like it was a very basic and tasteful one. You know, like they didn't go
Yeah,
like all down
they
low.
didn't
Like,
have
it was
such
just
a-
the average, like.
But
the
there
waist
was a
up and just,
thrust
like,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, but
There's
there was a
a
very
Oh, yeah.
obvious thrust that I think he was on top, power top.
he's
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And then he's no,
They changed
and like
that
I think you could see his back just go like that, and it's like, dude, he's in.
Yeah, he did.
He's
Yeah.
in there.
Uh-huh.
He's in. We got it.
But,
Whoa.
and you know what? Like
Sex.
They-
Nice.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Nice.
Congrats on
So
Good
this,
job, Icarus.
this movie got a lot
He's
of
in
like
there.
a lot of heat, not necessarily too bad, but it was just very friction because this is the first sex scene ever in Marvel. Like
that's
first
right.
sex scene ever. You don't really see it. You know, there's chemistry between Black Widow and Hulk and all that.
And
but,
you know that like Tony had to lay the pipe for the daughter to be born.
Yeah.
But
This
this
is
is
never
never
showed it.
Yeah.
The first time they actually
Actually
not
showed-
show it.
yeah.
Of course,
But-
not graphically, but they did show.
And
it.
you know
Show
what?
a thrust.
This helped me kind of like
Saw
put
some
together
thrust.
that this is not just a kids movie. Like this is an actual. Like, not saying Marvel's a kid's universe, it's not, but they do adhere to a lot of the younger audiences. And this movie, to me, felt like just like any audience was like there. And granted, the sex scene wasn't like anything crazy. You won't find this on the hub or nothing, but
No.
like it was,
Yeah.
it was
Maybe on
like,
some parts of the hood.
it was appropriate. it was appropriate, and I was like, okay, I'll take it.
But all right, so last few things before we move on, real quick. So we did get some post-credit scene as well as a sort of reveal in who else is going to be involved with the Eternals, at least in terms of, or even like a new character to the roster of the MCU. That being Black Knight. So for those of you who don't know, our Jon Snow, Kit Harington, basically he played just kind of the boyfriend of Cersei.
After a while.
Yeah, after a while,
5,000 years.
Yeah, and but towards the end of the movie, it's revealed that he has his sword still, which is the sword is the source of his power, and he's essentially just like kind of a strong knight. You know, he's kind of like
He's more powerful
on the
than
power
Thor.
scale, he's
He's
more
real-
powerful than Thor.
yeah. He's also very
But
like,
it's
mythically
it's
powerful.
gonna be
But
very
which Thor?
interesting.
That's what I want to know.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
we've had like 3 different Thors.
Yeah, it's
so.
gonna be very interesting though because Black Knight, in the comic books, like the origin of him was very villainous and very
Well,
dark.
it used to be a woman.
Yeah, it used to be a woman,
and it was dark.
and
but
it was dark, and
it
it was
switched
it
to-
switched. So now I feel like they're gonna use him to at some point try and save Cersei, but the origin in this is gonna get complicated with Sony and stuff like that because his sword, like the black sword. It's actually made of like the same energy that symbiotes were made of, and I don't know if you see, but when he reaches
Oh,
towards it,
oh,
it
yeah,
goes
yeah.
towards
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
it's
Hey,
and
and
that
then-
type of energy can actually defeat Celestials.
Whoa.
in the comics. So this is gonna turn
That
into
sounds
some
dope.
crazy ordeal.
It sounds like Adam
One
Adam
of the
Warlock
things
levels of power.
that I read though, just because I got so curious about like who
Same.
this knight was and everything.
Dane Whitman and all.
Is I read that supposedly once he, I guess, kills or defeats an enemy, that the sword makes his user become more like blood or like
Mm-hmm.
was it blood hungry? Yeah. So that's something that I really want to see then, where he's like struggling with that, you know.
That'd be sick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And because I believe you did say that she was a villain at first, the Black Knight. Because
Right, that's
there's some
correct,
weird
yeah.
story about like Camelot in this.
Mhm.
The Eternals, they touch up on so much shit that we've actually grown up as in general,
Mhm.
such as Icarus going into the sun. Gilgamesh, for those of you that aren't religious, is Noah in the Bible. I don't know if you knew that,
Right.
but he's Noah in the Bible, just 1,000 years before that book came out.
Mhm.
So this movie did such a good job of adhering to these like weird, random little things that just make sense. So that's what I really appreciated.
And so, continuing off of the post-credit scene, we continue after the regular credits roll. We get a reveal of a new character known as Star Fox, and
Or
played
Arrows.
by
Arrows.
Harry Styles.
I
So
know.
we got
for all the
a One
bitches.
Directioner.
Good looking
Ah.
devil.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
looked good.
But
Oh
also,
my god, he looked amazing. Wait, what?
But
What?
also
Bonk?
for many of you, this so for many of you who don't know, Star Fox is the brother of Thanos.
Yes.
But on top of that, that confirms that Thanos is technically an Eternal. Since
Makes
Star
sense
Fox is,
why he can hold the
so,
stones.
So technically,
Yeah.
Thanos was again a mutated, being. But regardless, at the end of the day, he was still an Eternal. So that gives a little bit more clarification to why he was so difficult.
Why he's so strong. Why he can
Yeah,
wield
why he was
why he can wield them and other people
exactly,
can't.
yeah, because he's an
But
Eternal.
also, I did appreciate how accurate they made Harry Styles look. Like, they literally pulled him out of the comic book.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
looks
Like,
exactly like
Yeah,
him.
like, it
looks
looks
great.
great.
Except
Like, it
without
looks
the
great.
headpiece, but that's okay.
No, yeah, that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't
The
know what the
suit
fuck
was
was
perfect.
happening when I saw like the rainbow thing. I was like, "What the is this like?"
I thought it was the
something from
Bifrost.
Thor. Or
I
something.
thought it was the
looked like
Bifrost.
it.
Yeah, so did
We've
I.
seen
Yeah,
it so
that's what
many
it looked
times
like.
Yeah.
that I thought, it's someone that we've seen before.
And then
and
that short dude
that-
came
yeah,
in,
yeah.
the
Fucking-
the dwarf or whatever he
Yeah,
was.
But that
that was
was
funny.
dwarf.
That freaking
Little
like
sister.
Drew was like, "What's up, lads?"
oh yeah,
Oh,
Druid,
the
yeah.
lads are back.
Yeah,
Dude,
but no, it was crazy.
It's all for the lads.
Also, Icarus and Druid, your accents, fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
they
great
did
accents.
such a good job
Oh,
with
yeah.
them, dude.
Bollocks,
Yeah,
man.
ball-
Yeah.
bollocks.
But-
Bloody
It's
beautiful.
like, I love you,
All
Cersei.
right, so
I was
this
like,
will
I
be
love
the-
you, Icarus.
Wait, what? I mean, Cersei, what?
I mean, I love Cersei. Yeah. Fuck.
This will be the last question for Eternals. But so now, final question: your favorite part and rate. Give me a rate. So, what was your favorite part, John?
I think every. Oh well, no wait, no, okay, wait, no. All right, the entire movie. No.
I have mine.
All
I
right,
have
you
mine.
go. Yeah.
Fast girl beating the shit out of
Makari.
Icarus and giving us the Flash Superman fight that we deserve but never got ever. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just still can't
What do you
get over the
mean?
fact that like
You got the
They
slow
did
motion one where he's like,
I no, dude.
Yes.
I just still can't get over the fact of how well they made her as a speedster, all the speedster tropes and moves,
dude, her
and
running
everything.
through the
Was
world
sick.
And
was
then run
so
through the
sick.
world,
Yeah.
like no, yeah. So definitely that part, and then rate. I did like this movie a lot. So I'm gonna give it 8.7.
That's
Whoa.
good. Ooh,
Sidney
Oh,
Crosby.
Sidney Cross.
Bobby?
For me, I wanted to say when they're all beating up on Icarus, just because it's
That-
always like,
that
all
was
you heard
cool.
was, "Oh, he's the best," we can't do it
Yeah.
against him.
Mhm.
So them working together, but honestly, like low-key, my favorite parts were whenever you would see the Celestials, whenever Ajax was talking
That
to
was
them.
cool.
And then when you saw the Celestial coming out of the earth,
That
like,
was so
I thought
sick.
That's
his
hard.
hand was gonna
Visually-
come out of the volcano. I'm like, okay, it's like a little baby Celestial.
But
But
no,
no,
yeah.
like it was the whole hand was
Yeah.
the whole
Those
island
were
was in his
fingertips.
hand.
Yeah.
And the
And so it
palms
was
and-
just insane
Yeah.
because you're like these guys are something not to play around with.
Yeah.
But I just the whole movie was great. But
Dude.
yeah, I think it was mostly though when Icarus is getting his butt beat by everyone else.
Do you have a
Yeah.
rating, buddy?
I'll go like an 8.5.
Okay.
Okay.
I really
Okay, good.
enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. All right, I got mine. It was the part when Xerxes turned that Tiamat, right? That was like the brand new
Tiamat,
one that was being
yeah.
born.
Yeah.
Turned him into freaking marble.
Ooh,
That was
yeah,
that
like
was
because that's full on
sick.
creation of creation of life, right, Matt?
yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's like that's just such a
And then
crazy
just,
power to
like,
have.
being able to like bend matter to
Yeah, like
whatever
change
she
the
wanted.
matter of
Yeah.
like like beings and like
especially
like,
since she could
life
only
and
do
stuff.
it with rocks at first and
Yeah.
then progress to that.
yeah to
and then
like to a
progress to
god, like changing a god just to friggin' Marvel. Cause I thought that was like super badass. But Ray, I'm gonna go 8.4.
Okay.
It was really good.
That's good.
That was a really good movie.
I really liked a lot of the final and like a lot of the general fighting scenes with Thena, dude. I feel like Thena was like such a clutch character in this one. Like she really like packed a punch, you know, like hard. Like she was one of the heaviest hitters aside from Icarus, of course, you know, like but other than that, she's badass. Especially that ending, like when she was about to get killed or her powers taken away from her. But then the deviant, he basically taps into the memories of Gilgamesh, and he makes a mistake. He says remember, and that happened to be her trigger word, and she went back to normal and killed him. That was so cool. Yeah. That was so sick for sure. But
what's your rating?
As the movie overall, man, I don't know. I was really thinking hard about this one because I feel like Cersei was our main character throughout it.
Pretty much,
but it was supposed to be her story of like she becomes a leader, like she learns to like take on this role that Ajak left her of like, you're gonna lead, you're gonna lead the Eternals from this point on. And I feel like she never really, and it gets questioned over and over again that like, well, what do we do? What do we do? What's his name? Icarus, what do we do? And he's like, don't ask me, like Ajak picked her, like why are you asking me, But even towards the end I feel like she never super even like fit that role, that
like
leader role,
mantle,
like I feel like even at the end, I don't know, it felt a little bit flat in that regard in terms of her anyways. Like
really,
I feel like she didn't really fulfill it
because she only put a Celestial to sleep, so
I mean she did do that, but like with it involved with
like,
everybody else and everything, like
but like taking on the team though and
directing
the team, and it's like
she just kind of ran off and she was like
and like they kind of like followed along I think with the dude's plan that like builds stuff. What's his name?
Fastos?
Yeah.
Fastos, yeah, like they kind of followed his plan.
Dude, and then even afterwards, like Sprite literally stabs the hell out of her in the back, and then at the end she's like, "Alright, good luck at school. See you later. Bye. I love you." I was like, "What?"
I didn't like Sprite though. I didn't like Sprite at all. I hated Sprite.
So that was a little bit weird to me. And then the only other thing, I feel like it was a little bit confusing here and there with the time jumps.
Yeah.
But the dead giveaway for each time jump was, of course, the date, they had that in the corner, but it was always Ajak. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like every time there was a time jump, at any time, you would see Ajak. Because at that point, we already knew that she was dead, right? Like, and we were jumping around with that. So I was kind of glad at least they were, real clear on that aspect. And again, Druig's role, like, we get to see the twisted role of an Eternal that, they're kind of taking advantage of their power and using him, to control these people and, like, it's nice because we get a taste of everything. We get a taste of how they use it for good and as well as for their own kind of, interesting purposes. But again, he also has that realization of, like, they're still human.
Free will.
Like, they still deserve free will to a certain extent, So it's really, I don't know, it dives into a lot of different themes, a lot of different stuff, love, I don't know. And so, that being said, really interesting movie. I think it's definitely going to set up a lot of the future and big celestial galaxy-based stuff for the MCU going forward. So that being said, I'm going to give it kind of a rookie score, but I'm going to go 8. Solid 8.
Solid 8? Okay. Interesting. So for me, my favorite part, I think, was I'm going to combine it, like, the two realization parts where, like, Ajak realizes that the human race is worth saving, and you see that when Icarus goes to visit her in South Dakota like a week before the whole thing went down. And then when the squad and Fastos like kind of realize that again, like Cersei and Fastos, like they understand like they're worth saving again, like there's something different about them. I think that was my favorite part because it just added that like that depth to it, and like I mean it is just very, very cool. And then for the movie in general, like the rating, dude, I'm so high on this movie. I got out of this movie and I thought, okay, it's an 8.6, and usually I go down because of the hype. Like I'm like the hype is like I'm hyped and now I need to come back to earth. The more and more I think about it and hearing you guys fucking talk about it, it's actually made me go up because of the levels of depth and stuff like that. So it is a lot of layers. I have this as an 8-9. It's not a 9, but it's the one knock I have on it is what Drew said with the time jumps and stuff like that. That's the only knock I have on it.
And it was just
And
all
also
over the
Sprite.
place. That was the hard part about
Yeah.
it. Like, they were constantly all over the place
Sprite
with the
can
jumps.
suck it.
Yeah, Sprite. Everyone likes Coke.
Yeah.
But
Sprite stinks.
but 8-9, such a good movie. Incredible depth. Tapped on a bunch of different themes, like you said. Action's amazing. The technology they use is amazing. Each character is amazing. I loved it. Great movie.
And it wasn't too long at all either.
Yeah,
I think
no.
everybody can agree.
I
Like, runtime.
think it had to
Pretty
be.
solid.
The runtime
It had
had
to
to
be.
be that, yeah. That's what I'm
There's
saying.
so much
It
explaining.
is a
to be
long
done.
movie in general, but it doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel all that
at all.
long.
No.
I feel like I had seen Dune. Dude, Dune felt like a very long movie.
Really, I
Felt
hadn't
like
got
a
around
lot
to Dune.
sit through after a while.
I
It was
haven't-
just
I
kind of a
haven't
bit,
seen
and
it.
I was just like, that movie definitely dragged. And yes, granted it was a lot, same thing to introduce, but Eternals just kind of nailed it, especially for like diving into each and everyone's kind of story, and like they each had their own kind of. The whole Bollywood scenes. We see the family scenes. We see the girl trying to flirt with somebody at the bar. What's her name? Sprite. Little things like that. So they dived into everybody pretty equally. It was nice.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like in terms of first my favorite part. I mean that's pretty hard because there's a lot of minor parts in this that had a lot of big impacts, such as Fastos and his I guess husband. Like doing it for them. That was really cool to see that. As well as Icarus at the end, not having it in him to kill Cersei and flying into the sun. Like, that's a very famous story. Like, Icarus flew too close to the sun, so his wings burned. That's a very famous, like, thing. And as well as I thought the time jumps were okay. I thought they were fine. I wasn't too, they help, like, cover time, in my opinion, from, like, they're there from the beginning. They get there all the way to the end. So I thought that helped a lot, truthfully. The 2 hours and 40 minutes movie, in my opinion, had to be that long. It had to be, because there's just so much information. There's 10 characters that they have to cover, as well as, but I guess my favorite part has to be Druig when he steps up to Ajax. There's just something about that part that, he was like, like, he finally had this sense of, like, why am I doing this? Like, what is going on? And he steps up to her and says, like, why are we even... And Icarus comes up to him and is like, yo, I'm about to put you in my place. And he's just like, nah, like, he leaves and he takes his people. There's something about that part that I just really, really cared for. And he was my favorite character. I think a close second is Makari just going crazy. Because Makari was just awesome, too.
Because I liked how she was just chilling.
Yeah.
Just, like, reading and gathering all these artifacts and everything. I thought that was funny.
Fastos was like, what did she do to my room?
Yeah, my lab. Yeah. So that was probably my favorite part when Druig steps up to Ajax, as well as Makari when she goes crazy, and then the emotion. Like they touched up on so many aspects of like this movie. Emotion. They didn't have so much comedy where you're like, okay, like you're overdoing it.
Yeah, there were only a few jokes.
There were only a few jokes, and I thought they were okay. As well as characters, like you become close to them in a short amount of time, which is weird. Gilgamesh was the rock of the group. You know what I'm saying? Icarus was the power. Cersei was obviously like the chosen one after a while. Ajax was like the mom. So I thought they did such a great job. I'm gonna stand by it. I think so far, in my opinion, this is the best movie they've come out with this year. I just think touching up on all aspects. As much as I liked Shang-Chi, I thought Shang-Chi was like really, really good. I just thought this movie delivered better. I thought it had better story. I thought characters were awesome. Sure, Sprite sucked, but in my opinion, there were some characters that sucked in Shang-Chi. They all had their messes. I thought the ending was awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it. I truly think that this is going to be the best movie, in my opinion, of this year. Of course, you got Spider-Man coming out, which is going to be hard to topple, but I have a feeling that movie's going to be a lot of gas, and I think in terms of story, this one will cover it more. But I'm going to go ahead and top this out at a 9.4. I thought it was that good.
Hi.
But alright, what a burner for this one. Way to close it off for Eternals. But now we're going to go ahead and jump into our yay or nay stuff, rapid fire, because we're semi-short on time, so we'll be quick around these topics. But starting off with Black Adam, some news on Black Adam. The producer promises, one of the producers, not necessarily, from Hiram Garcia, I guess one of the producers on set, they promised a very high kill count, apparently, for the movie. They said, and I quote, that's going to be a PG-13 movie where it was very much like The Dark Knight, where that pushed the edges of PG-13. I think we do that very much with #Black Adam.
Wait, Black Adam's PG-13?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay,
I say nay.
Nay. After hearing
I think that's like
PG-13,
weird.
nay.
I think that's weird, and I feel like they're just trying to.
Wasn't that
I feel like-
inspiration for
Yeah,
rated
they're
R?
like
at
trying to
some
add
point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no, it
gonna,
was.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
nay because like I feel like they should just keep it in the realm of Justice League. Just stay with R. You know, like
Yeah.
if you're gonna keep it at R at this point, just go with it, dude. You know, because I feel like that's gonna be the thing that leads to them. You know, if they're ever gonna try, you know, at all to catch up to Marvel, take the edge and like they're not doing. You know, obviously they're not doing rated
Like
R
I
movies.
feel like that's like
you
a
guys
safe,
do it. You know,
safe route to not cut off their customers.
And it
right?
leaves
They're like,
them more-
PG-13. That gives us more people
and
that
it,
can watch it.
yeah, but it lets them stand out. You know, if they
And-
keep it in the
but,
R
like,
rating.
let's
you know,
be
It's
real,
just like be
unique.
yourself and be R. Just if you're gonna try to
Because
brag
let's
about a kill count.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
be honest. DC is R-rated. Like
DC is
their
a
stories
dark
are definitely
universe. DC is
R-rated.
very
It's
dark
just-
universe.
Brag
it's
about a
very
kill
mature,
count, make it R.
very dark themes, especially a lot of Batman
Stop.
stuff. We
Nay.
hear,
Yeah.
you know, very mature, like very dark themes, and it's like, dude, why shy away from?
Dude,
that?
look
You
at
know,
Joker. Like, I get it's not
Exactly, yeah.
canon, but like, dude, like,
R.
it touched on the hard things.
Yeah.
That
It
that.
made
But
it
it's
That's what
like-
we need.
This is
Yeah.
very softcore.
Yeah.
Very softcore.
Speaking of softcore.
But it's like they're,
Also, if,
they're
uh,
talking about a lot of hardcore.
If The Rock's
And then go softcore with the PG-13.
If The Rock's new rap verse doesn't come out in this movie, it's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's like
how
that's
the hell
not
are
the
you
theme song.
supposed to devour anything?
Yeah.
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 Can't
Take your
devour
face off.
anything on PG-13.
This isn't about
Well,
power.
all right.
That's
Next,
bullshit.
so we're gonna go ahead and talk about Star Wars: Rogue Squadron. Apparently, there's some news that Patty Jenkins, the director of the movie, says that it will be delayed. So they were apparently they were heading into pre-production, and it's no longer looking to come out in 2022. It is looking for more of a release date of December 22nd, 2023.
What is
So,
Rogue Squadron even
nay.
about?
Exactly.
Rogue Squadron is about a rebel squad that basically, well, it's technically an Imperial squad. They go
But they
rogue.
defect.
They
Oh,
defect,
it's
they
like
go
the
rogue,
game.
So it's
and
like Battlefront
literally
2.
the game, yeah.
Or
pretty
Well,
much.
the game Rogue Squadron.
And again,
Did
the
you guys
game,
play
the
it?
game is based
Yeah.
on the book
Oh,
because there's a book Rogue Squadron.
Okay.
So,
So,
but
I
That's the game.
mean,
it's
you
kind
know
of
what?
sad. I'm gonna say nay. Like
It's
it's
nay.
That was
It's
a
a
VR
sad.
one, right?
it's a very
No,
interesting.
it came out. It was like $40.
I know, yeah,
It was
yeah,
trash.
but like,
It was like a first.
but the biggest thing about it that it was like gonna be for like VR too, and it came with
Oh,
this
if-
control and
about
stuff.
that.
If it did,
Yeah,
then I don't know. I played it on Xbox.
I feel
kinda
like
wild.
I feel like big nay because I feel like Star Wars really hasn't capitalized on the fact that they have such an easy like Top Gun style. You know, they could pull off a Top Gun style movie
In
in
space.
Star Wars in
Yeah.
space. You know, with
Mhm.
sweet X-wings and like
Yeah.
TIE fighters. Like that would be
Of course.
awesome.
Nay,
So
I
nay.
feel like
It's
Patty
kinda sad.
Jenkins
Pretty
is
sad.
standing us up.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins
Scheduling
sounds like a
issues?
name of a person I'm a little
Does
bit nay about.
Yeah.
Rain check?
Range
Really?
But
For
I mean,
Star
the other
Wars?
thing is the only thing
Yeah.
that's keeping me from a full
Yeah.
nay is the fact that like we're getting so many other things that are
That's
so
true.
much more hype.
Book of
So I'm
Boba
just,
Fett.
That's the
Don't
other thing
mess
too.
this
Book of Boba Fett, Mando 3, and all that.
Obi-Wan.
Ahsoka. Like, there's so much stuff in the works that I think will be busy.
Kenobi, yeah.
But it is a nay.
The acolyte.
I don't know too much about Patty Jenkins. I'll look her up
Bro,
later.
like
but
get like an assistant to like make your schedules for you.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell are we doing here?
But-
Jesus Christ.
All
man.
right, so next we're going to go ahead and talk about
Schedule
Spider-Man
issues.
No Way Home getting closer and closer to the release date, which is again December 17th. But recently they released a brand new trailer. This isn't the like final official trailer, but this is the first official trailer that we've actually gotten for Spider-Man No Way Home. We see Doc Ock's little arms going around with some electricity in the background, a sand tornado in the background, and a little baby goblin on the back.
Baby Goblin.
How do we feel about? I would say yay, dude.
Yeah.
It looks hot.
Yeah.
Screaming yeah.
This is
Oh,
everything that we've been getting for the past couple months, and
I
like
love
they're
that
finally
poster.
just being like, let's just start releasing posters. I don't think I would have put, I guess, Goblin in the background. I think I would have liked to see like a little pumpkin or something.
Even
like
though it
background.
kind of looks like a very like, or like it kind of looks like a picture that they definitely like put in a different poster from
Yeah.
like 10 years ago.
I mean, especially since they're still
Before,
keeping
or
the
like
Iron
20 years ago
Spider.
before
They're
it-
still keeping the Iron Spider.
Yeah,
in the
no,
front,
yeah.
like-
Mhm.
So yeah, but I mean, it's a yay. They're finally like coming into like us getting what we already knew. It's just they never said anything, and now that we're finally here,
it's a yay.
Just
Stop
around.
honeypotting
All
us.
right.
Give us the second trailer.
Ooh.
Give us the real deal. Let's go. Let's see it. But
Let's
all
see,
right.
let's see
No,
Toby.
no more teasers. Let's see the real deal. But all right, next. So we're going to talk about Disney's live-action Snow White has officially casted Gal Gadot as the evil queen this time around.
Oh, she's the evil queen?
Yeah,
Oh, I
she's
thought
gonna
she was
be
Snow
the-
White. I was
Yo,
like, I don't like her as Snow
as-
White.
She's gonna be
I
the
think she's
evil
gonna be
queen.
great.
as a pure and like good person, she's hot as fuck. And if she's got some villain to her, oh my god!
Yeah, dude,
Plus,
well,
she's
she already
like a
broke
little
up with you,
emo.
dude. So like,
Ooh.
I broke up with her, bro.
oh,
Yeah, dude.
God
dude,
damn.
This is an ex of
Get
yours.
it right.
Are you gonna watch this movie?
Oh
Can
well,
you?
you
How's that
know,
work?
this is a different
Her
side
ex?
of her that I've ever seen.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Okay. No, yeah, that's fair.
This
So
dark
I'll,
side.
This is her going bad after the breakup.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I caused
that
this.
means
This is her city
you
girl
won
face.
the breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I think that's what that means.
But this is you know what? Going back to stop talking about my exes,
I'm sorry,
okay?
I'm sorry.
So going back to this though, I think this is new horizons for her. Like I said, she's been Wonder Woman, she's been in a couple other things, but this is her chance to be a villain.
I think she's gonna be great.
Especially
man.
with
Yeah.
Disney,
She's
gonna be
like,
great,
it's
yeah.
pretty nice.
But
Especially
Yeah.
since what's her Maleficent has been awarded
Angelina
to
Jolie.
Angelina
Maleficent.
Jolie. So it's kind of nice to see Gal Gadot like taking a darker
we'll
Disney
see,
role like
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot
as
of
well as
baddies that they're getting for
I forgot to mention this real quick while we're on Gal Gadot, real quick one. She said that Wonder Woman 3 is now starting to write their script.
I hope
But they don't
take
know
their
when it's
time.
gonna come out. Yeah. So I will say, yay, but take your
Starting
goddamn time
right.
because the second one was fucking terrible.
was very lazy and bad.
Yes.
All right, but next we're gonna go ahead and talk about Seth Rogen is now currently involved in a Donkey Kong solo movie. After of course, he has been revealed as the Donkey
is
Kong
going on?
voice in the Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently now he's getting his own solo movie in development, reportedly. It's also going to be made by the same studio, Illumination, the same people that made Despicable Me,
Despicable Me,
Sing,
yeah.
Sing 2,
Didn't
all
they
that
just
stuff.
cast the
Um,
whole movie for the Mario
Yeah.
movie?
Oh yeah.
They
yeah.
they had this
This
in the bag.
casting's so
They've
good.
had scripts
Donkey
already.
Kong.
All I know is that Nintendo came up to them, do all this, and now they're just full,
Right,
they're running
full
it,
sending like the
Yeah,
they got their pedal down
You know
all
what?
the way
But
down.
honestly,
Like, for the gas.
this is a big yay because they're gonna give us the Donkey Kong fam, dude. Diddy Kong, and then like
Exactly.
everyone in
Dixie
Donkey
Kong.
Kong,
Yeah,
I think
Bonzo,
that's why-
Sexy Kong.
Bongos, Sexy Kong,
That's why it's
like
okay
a bunch
for
of them.
them
The
to do
guy with the
it.
bandana, yeah.
And you know what? Like, as much as like people
Yeah, no, this is a yay for
want to
me.
say,
I'm gonna say yay.
and as much as people want to say, like they don't know how they're gonna feel about Chris Pratt being Mario and all that.
Right.
I think Seth Rogen
It's
is
high
probably the
appropriation.
closest thing to Donkey Kong as we're gonna get.
Yeah,
honestly.
actually,
Like
yeah.
in a
that's
human,
true.
yeah.
That dude,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
So I guess I'm excited for it. I never saw myself
Soft.
being like, yo, I can't wait to dive into the Nintendo
Kinda
verse.
soft
But
tease all
Yeah.
around, kinda
we're here, I
soft.
But I'm
guess.
in, like,
We're
why
here.
not?
Yeah.
But all right,
Yeah.
so next
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and talk about some news with
Ooh,
Zazie
Buddy's
Beetz.
girlfriend.
Zazie Beetz, who plays
Oh.
Domino. She's
That's
also been
Buddy's
famous for a
girlfriend.
bunch of other famous roles. What else has she played in
She
besides
just
Domino?
came out in Atlanta, the show with Donald
Oh, that's
Glover,
right, yeah.
Childish Gambino,
She's one of the main characters.
who also has the guy who plays Fastos.
Oh,
He
really?
also-
Oh.
so it's like all three of them.
Oh,
so it's
yeah, that's
pretty
right. I forgot he was
great.
in that.
Oh,
Wasn't she
But-
also in Creed? Was she the girlfriend in Creed, or am I wrong about that?
Oh,
No, I don't
I
think
think that's
so.
another.
No, I think that is Dwayne Wade's wife. Is it?
Oh, all right.
Oh,
All
you're
right.
wrong.
Anyways,
Okay,
so
yeah.
she was quoted as saying, "I would love to revisit Domino.
Please.
I think they
Yeah.
will. I think they will revisit. Her. But if Disney doesn't make it happen, I'll make it happen.
that's where she loses me.
Yeah.
That's where she loses me.
So I don't know. Like it's kind of rough territory to say something like that because now Deadpool is going towards the MCU. They're not their own
At some
independent
point.
little movies anymore. Now they're gonna be connected to everything. So Domino being an X-Men character would be kind of tough to throw into the MCU
Was she in
right
Birds
now.
of Prey?
Mhm.
So
No,
I'm
that
gonna
wasn't
say
She was
I'm
a
gonna
Joker.
say meh.
Oh,
Like
yes.
it would be cool to see more Domino, but
Oh, I think that's
she's an X-Men. Like
Yeah.
so far there's no X-Men in the MCU.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Hurry
say-
up and put her in there.
I'm gonna say nay.
Yeah. X-Men first,
Yeah,
then
because I
Domino.
want to see her as aside from like the bonks, like bonks aside.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes.
Thinking
this
with
is,
my top.
This
head.
is this. This is purely bonks aside, but nay.
But bonks aside for me, yay, because she was such a good character.
Yeah, such a sick character.
Such a
Yeah.
cool
How, like,
character.
played everything out
Just like-
perfectly for her to
Yes.
be lucky. How her power was just being
Yeah,
lucky.
dude. Yeah, actually, there's a really cool scene where there's a bunch of crazy shit happening. She's just walking.
Yeah.
Damn. How come you guys never worked out?
Ooh.
We're working things out.
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what?
It's
For
complicated.
her, I'll
Yeah.
give it a yay. I guess like. Nay for the fact that like I hate how separated these companies are. Like
Yeah.
Makes me angry.
between the Spider-Man and Sony and Marvel, between the X-Men and all that, it sucks. But you know, if they bring her in, right, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, no, well, like that's like where like my nay is stemming from, because just like I don't see like how it happens that she gets a part of
Yeah,
the
no,
MCU.
it's gotta be like
like it's gotta make sense.
X-Men
They
first
gotta fix
and
it.
then Domino.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
You have to
doing
worry,
it with
worry about the
Deadpool's
other
okay,
people.
but
You have
it's
to worry
like-
about
But
the
he's not
main
an
big
X-Men.
dogs.
I just think now it's like, it's gotta be with X-Men first, then Domino.
Yeah. But all right, so next we're going to go ahead and talk about Stranger Things 4 has released their trailer, more in-depth trailer. And not only that, but we also received a release date, which is going to come out summer of next year, 2022.
Good.
But so in this trailer, we see a lot of Eleven basically going to high school, basically kind of living her life out there.
11.
Kind of excited for spring break because she says she's going to come back and see, of course, you know, our boy, what's his name?
Mike.
Mike, that's right.
Wolf.
Everyone still
Um,
looks old.
Everyone looks very
Mm-hmm.
old. We see a lot of flashes, a lot of different stuff, you know, basically
Dude,
where
Lucas
she's like,
is a man.
I can't
bro.
wait to go.
Yeah,
like-
dude, like everyone looks old,
We see
dude.
all that. So how
Yeah,
do you
not
feel about
kids.
that trailer, the Stranger Things 4
I think
trailer?
they each can fight.
I'm excited
I'm gonna
for
say a
it.
soft yay. It's still very ambiguous, very
Yeah.
a
We
lot
don't know
of
too much.
It looks
yeah.
like there's a lot of action. It seems like this time around, based on
Yeah,
the
you
quick
know
flashes
what?
that we see.
I'll take it.
But
I'll take
soft
it.
yay. I'm gonna say soft yay.
I'm gonna go with yay. I feel as though the Duffer Brothers are doing a good job of writing them into how they're growing. Because if you watch the first season to now, they've aged faster than we
I'm getting
have. So,
held.
like,
Seriously, man.
I think, you know, in my opinion, this is gonna be kind of different because it seems as though, you know, the last three were kind of bang, 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 like right after each other, maybe a year apart from each other. This seems as though it's a little bit of time has passed. I don't know how much.
Maybe that's
but,
good.
And I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's good, and I
Yeah,
trust them.
sure.
I trust them. So we'll see how it goes. It's about time we get this. Obviously, COVID screwed up a lot of things, and they only aged even more. So,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna go yeah.
But okay, all right. So next, the last thing for our yay or nay, Mobius, technically, right? Or is it with an R?
No, it's Morbius.
Oh, it is Morbius.
Which one, the
Yeah,
vampire or the one
Morbius.
from Loki?
Yeah, no, vampire.
Both.
Oh,
Vampire,
Morbius.
yeah.
Because the one from Loki is Mobius.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So Morbius, we get to see Jared Leto basically become vampire out. We see a lot of different interesting things in the trailer, and somehow we know that it's connected to the MCU because we do see a little bit of Spider-Man, but not only Spider-Man, we see Michael Keaton. Which
Michael
in,
Keaton,
in
which is
his
the Vulture,
convict
yeah.
as the Vulture,
The Daily
in his
Bugle?
white convicted felon
I'm
outfit.
confused.
I am very
So-
confused.
Estoy confundido!
They even say.
I feel like Spider-Man's
I am
gonna
Venom,
let
right?
us know.
He said it in the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
right.
right.
Yeah,
I
that's
am
right.
Venom.
I'm
Yeah,
so
oh, no,
I'm
just kidding.
I'm
I'm
lost.
Dr. Morbius.
We'll figure it out.
They can only do this one way, and if they do
No
it
Way
the one
Home.
way, then it'll be cool.
All I know is
Yeah.
is that I'm very glad that this movie is being made by the No Way Home and Venom Studios as well. In conjoined together, so that means it will be
Big day.
you can
somehow
trust them.
well connected to the MCU.
To be well written.
Although even now it is very confusing and or kind of sketchy, to look at. It feels like everything's kind of, it used to feel like everything's very neatly and everything has a place. But weirdly with this Sony stuff, it kind of feels like they're kind of like taping everything onto the MCU now.
Yeah.
I don't like that feeling, like it's
I'm
kind of weird, but
nervous.
I'm still curious to see where this is leading because clearly this is leading to something big, like more and
I think
more
it's leading to
bigger
they're
world.
going to take back old Spidey. And then
I think we're gonna
Throwing
see
him
the
into the
vampire
Spideyverse.
hunters and like the vampire.
That's what I think
Spider-Man
too.
Blade.
I think it has to, and exactly
Yeah.
for Blade because
Well,
Blade's
it's
It's
whole
been announced
purpose is-
also. That's been
His whole
announced.
purpose is a vampire hunter.
Yeah.
And then
That's
don't
his
forget too,
whole
isn't
line.
Craven also been casted somewhere?
Craven, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Aaron Tyler Johnson is Craven,
Yeah, he's
which is
called-
weird
yeah,
because he
yeah.
was
So-
Quicksilver.
Yeah.
So
But,
these movies are all
yeah.
over the place lately.
It's-
So I don't know. It's a weird feeling.
It's sketchy,
weird.
but I'm
It
gonna give it a
seems like
yay.
Sony's doing their
We have
like,
to wait
Sony's
for
in charge
No
of
Way
the Spider-Verse.
Home.
Yeah, before I
wait
can
for
give
no-
it. Yeah.
And I feel like that's gonna let us know where we're going.
But in terms of watching the trailer in general, it seems as though they're doing a pretty good job of his
I think
powers.
it
but
looks
very
cool.
dark. It reminds
It
me a
looks
lot
dark.
of the DC kind of stuff,
Yeah.
kind of almost like Venom
yeah.
style. It's
Yeah.
very
And,
dark.
and I like it. I think it'll be okay. I like Jared Leto. He's a damn good actor, and if you give him the right environment, you don't fuck him over like they did in
Joker.
his Joker, where he's like, "You want some beef?" It's like, no, I don't want beef. This isn't Taco Bell,
Were you
bro.
gonna say
Like,
that?
No, it's just I was just gonna say, like, when I heard someone mention Blade and like how they're trying to bring it all together. I don't know if we talked about it for the Eternals, going back to Eternals. At that last scene when they were talking about Black Knight.
Black Knight, yeah.
The voice that says, "Are you sure?" They're saying that was Blade.
Blade. It was Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
I mean, let's be honest.
Adding more. In
Blade
there. Just,
was like the first Marvel thing ever, I think, wasn't
Dude,
it?
and Blade was sick.
Yeah.
I
Blade
don't know if you
came
guys
out.
ever saw those.
Oh, yeah,
movies,
yeah,
but-
yeah. Never seen it.
Blade 3
Never
was
seen
so good.
Yeah, it was very good.
That was a sick
Lovely.
movie. I mean, it dated, definitely dated in like, early 2000s.
You can still
but,
watch them though.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
So-
like those
Shots.
like pretty
I feel
old
like
ones.
every-
I think we've only seen like those like Punisher ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
But I haven't seen the
okay.
Blade ones.
So
yeah.
I think we can all give it a kind of unsure sort of yay all around. We're all
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
same sketch, but
Yeah.
it looks we're still
With
interested.
the Way
Still
for
looks
No
interesting.
Way Home's gonna tell us what's
Mm.
up.
I trust him more than Black Adam.
Exactly. And quick rapid fire on the gaming section, so that way we cover all the bases because we just closed off our yay or nay. Real quick, so Mario Party Superstars released recently last week, and so it's gotten some very good reviews. Again, it's basically like all the other Mario Parties mashed together. All the good ones, anyways. But the only downside of it was the fact that our last Mario Party that we got for the Switch had 4 maps. A little bit of a disappointment. This one only has 5. Real
Way.
rough
Only
go. Yeah, a lot of people have been complaining about that. Not only that, but the online connectivity is meh, of course, because
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't know how to do online. So,
No, they really don't.
So
They really
that
don't.
being said, it's a little sad that it is the way it is, but hopefully we get some DLC, some more maps, some more stuff to see because
Yeah.
5 maps, dude, for a game that has a little
Yeah.
bit of everything. kind
Yeah,
of a
like it's
disappointment,
supposed to
you
be
know?
like your all-star game.
Exactly, or like the
Mhm.
Smash Ultimate of
Yeah.
like all of everything, and
Supposed
it's
to
kind
be
of
all your
sad
best.
that it's only 5 out of all the years of Mario Party that we've gotten.
Mhm.
Kind of a
Yeah, like there's been like 15 different Mario parties.
exactly.
Yeah.
But all right, so next we're going to talk about continuing on with the Switch stuff. So the Switch Online had their 64 games with their Sega games and everything, but apparently they did have online capabilities. You can play online with other players, but apparently the connectivity of it is really, really, really bad.
Oh, God.
Really bad to the point where there's even audio lag. Like even the sound, the music, everything, it sounds awful. It's
No
really
shit.
bad.
Come
They've
on,
been
Nintendo.
under a lot of heat, and not only that, but the price. Everybody's been complaining about the price.
How much
And
is
it's been
it?
a lot of money. It's what, $60 for an individual, but it is
No,
a
it's
year.
50 for individual.
well, if you have a good amount of time left on your membership, they'll give you a discount.
Mhm.
For me, when I did it, it went from like $49 to like $42,
Wow.
and I still have like half a year left on it, so it's like.
Okay.
Shit.
And and so it is only
They
it
have
is
to
for a
sort,
year.
Sort that out. Yeah. that's a
So
mess.
it's pretty pricey, for games that we've all played before. At least that you can get them on other
Mhm.
consoles. Not only that, I mean you can.
And it's
Technically
weird
download
because
them
I
online
thought
and
I
stuff,
thought
yeah.
Animal Crossing Online was good for you guys. No.
No, it is, but like,
Yeah,
and see, I
but-
think for the new DLC for that too,
You have to.
you
get
also
the-
have to get that new.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
roped in.
It's
You
practically
can't. You
like
can't
a
buy it
used to,
separately.
like,
It's
not
roped
not
in.
be able to do
Live
it.
just like got more expensive. That's right to be like what it is.
Mhm.
Oh.
So
you
kind of
used to
sad.
not,
man.
not have to use it, but now like you need to.
You need to.
Like-
So
like
it's kind
you
of
need for
sad, kind
everything.
of scummy, and it's a little overpriced.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that Nintendo's slipping the ball lately.
They need money to pay for their movies.
Yeah.
For real.
Jesus.
But
Think about
all
that,
right,
guys.
so that's gonna close us off this week for all of our stuff. Now for our homework, it's me, right?
No, it's me.
No,
Oh, it's
stop.
you.
It's me.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
because
And then you.
yeah,
And
that's
that's me.
yeah.
That's right. All right, Dom. So give us our homework.
All right, so now that we're in November, I actually had these picks for you guys.
Tell me,
It's 2
teacher.
movies. It's 1 and
Teacher.
2. It's 2 movies. I had these for you guys a long time ago, but I just feel as though the setting of them is very dark. It's very gloomy. So today was a very dark day. It was cloudy, and I think this is the perfect time to watch them. You guys, I know you guys aren't too familiar with the Harry Potter universe. And I can't start you guys off on 1 because there's 8 movies, and I don't want to do that. And my favorite is the 5th, so I'm not going to do that. So we're actually going to watch Fantastic Beasts 1 and 2.
Oh,
I've
okay.
never seen those movies, but I have a Niffler somewhere around here.
Yo, here.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at him.
What did you say? What is this thing?
He's a
It's
Niffler.
adorable.
A Niffler
Yeah.
is
A
he's like a
Niffler.
creature in Harry Potter
In the
that he
Harry
loves.
Potter.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he's
loves
still-
shiny
yeah.
things.
He's a mole.
He
Shiny
still
gold.
he still stinks. So just a little background real quick. This is before Harry Potter, so you won't get characters like Harry Potter. The only character you get from that world is Dumbledore, and he's in his younger days.
Oh.
So not like super young,
This
you know.
this
but
is when he's a stud.
Yeah.
He's a smoke.
He's a
He's
stud.
a man.
So-
right?
He's
and
very
before-
handsome.
Oh, so
yeah,
handsome.
and before,
Alright.
he's played by Jude
Okay,
Law.
I'm
Played
in
by
there.
Jude Law, and you follow the story of a wizard named Newt Scamander. So, and he's the one.
Newt sounds evil.
And-
Is he?
No. And real quick, just explain this real quick. I believe in the wizarding world, there's different areas you can take. You can become auras, you can become other things, and he is an advocate of the beasts, correct?
Yeah, he's a zoologist. Like
He's-
he's actually, it's called a zoologist,
Yeah.
like magic zoologist.
So that's where you get the
Whoa.
beast from.
That's
And
cool.
this is where you find out the origins of, like, Voldemort. But he's not here. You find out before Voldemort. It's Grindelwald. And these are very
Grindelwald.
dark movies. They capture a very dark aspect and visual. So if there's ever a day during this week that it's cloudy, watch it on that day. Because it feels appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Alright.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
But all right, so you heard it here.
Thank you,
Fantastic
teacher.
Beasts
Thank
1
you,
and 2,
senpai.
basically. Fantastic
Yeah.
Beasts. So you're more than welcome to watch it with us over, at home, because we're gonna talk about it and dive deep into the movies. So join us in watching it, and not only that, but we also have a question for you this week. This week, for those of you that have seen Eternals, just like we asked earlier, who's your favorite Eternal?
Me.
Because we had some. They were all so different, so interesting,
Thanos.
so unique. They were all, like I said, even though I liked Gilgamesh, what's her name, Thena was she was legit.
I mean, even
Yes.
like for me, like I said, I thought Makari was gonna be the one, but Druid somehow just took it from me. So
What's the builder guy's name? That guy.
Fastos.
Yeah,
Fastos.
I like him.
Fatso,
I like him.
Fastos, he's
big
good, dude. Like,
He's a big
yeah.
man.
So
But all right, so once again, remember to follow us on TikTok, on Instagram as well. That's where we're always posting all of our stuff. Send us out, share us out. Don't forget to send us and stuff. And we are going to be going this week to Family Expo.
Yes.
This weekend, November 13th and 14th, we're going to be out there.
should we bring our BuzzBoys jerseys?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
of
will be
course.
I have not left them in my hockey bag because I don't want it to smell.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Good.
too late. I need to wash one.
But all right, so we're gonna be out there. So
Oh,
come
yeah.
and say hi, come meet and greet, because we're gonna be out there giving out flyers, saying hi, and just
Yeah.
chilling, hanging out.
Happy birthday, Drew Patuski.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
podcast.
you very much.
Birthday.
So on that note, thank you all so much for sticking around for the buzz and the boys talk.
Oh,
Ooh.
so
Bye guys.
God, I love you.